think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, I'm here. Who wanted to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me.
Demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Body Work. Welcome back, y'all. I wasn't gonna do any of the things that I normally do. Stuff that people say is gimmicky. My little signature things I do with the gloves and the graphics today. I wanted to do this. I don't know how long it's going to be and where it's going to go. I know I'm definitely not hitting the monetize on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure somebody might take offense to it. So I'm gonna have to put this up. You gotta put this up, man. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. So I did kind of want to tip the balance in the favor of fair, and I read that because I'm going to be playing this video that somebody did. And I'm not sure why they do this. But they do it. And it always strikes me like the timing of when they do things like this. Let me send this thing to myself. I just sent something to myself so I could show y'all, man. But Tim Bradley here, he recently he hopped on there with Sean Zittel, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like the honesty, the rawness of Tim when he gets on there with Sean Zittel. It's not that fluffy BS that he be doing when he be up there with Top Rank. And again, I hate to say that, I hate to preface everything that I say by saying that I respect Tim Bradley. You know, I respect Tim Bradley, man. I'm just trying to send this thing to myself real quick, man. Yeah, it's me. No green screen, no gloves, no nothing. It's just Michael Rogers, you know what I'm saying? Still doing that body work, but I think it's important that we address this and that we see this. The people that don't really care, the people that's gonna watch boxing and support it, whether or not they agree with whoever says about it. I just do this, man, because my thing is silence is consent, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the ugly, nasty, dirty work. It's the dirty work. It's the dirty work, man, that somebody has to do. Because nobody does it, man. It's just like, you know, been hearing here for the last couple of days, you know, people argue about certain people getting in the Hall of Fame, and they say, oh, it's a popularity contest now. It's a popularity contest, and that's why such and such you get in. Well, I'm not sure how popular Tim Bradley was, and he got in there. You know, everybody knew Andre Ward. He got in there, but I wouldn't say Andre Ward was the most popular. People liked Andre Ward because of his character and how he fought in the ring and how his ability to make adjustments and find a way to win. You know, did he suffer adversity? A little. Yeah, he did have some adversity. But we tend to value the opinions of these guys, right, more than we value the opinion of others. Now, I can see on some inside the ring things, you know what I'm saying? I ask a question all the time, like inside the ring, right? We talking about people that's just online that talk boxing and watch it. It's like, yeah, whose opinion would you take? Would you take mine or Roy Jones? It's a no-brainer you're going to take Roy Jones. Mine or Andre Ward. It's a no-brainer you're going to take Andre Ward. Mine or Tim Bradley. It's a no-brainer you're going to take Tim Bradley. That still doesn't put the value of their opinion above mine or anybody else's. It's just that they would probably have the propensity to be more knowledgeable about the things when it comes inside the ring than I would. When you get outside the ring and just talking and just, you know, having casual conversation and dialogue and all that, it might be some wiggle room there. You know, it might be depending on what we're talking about. We talking about farm animals and shit like that and all, you know, with Roy Jones, he'll probably, you know what I'm saying, murder me in that. You know what I'm saying? If you talking about things in California and all that, Andre Ward will probably murder me and all of that. You know, if you talking about adversity and losing to somebody like Pacquiao and how does it feel to take a loss against somebody, Tim Bradley would probably murder me when it comes to that. But sometimes, man, it's this common sense, the logical things, like what the common man sees and hears and how they think, and the people that really live in this world might have been through some things, how they think and how they feel about things, you know what I'm saying? It's different. That's why there are spaces online where people can sit and talk about things across the board from any topic, and they're going to garner interest. If I was sitting around giving prison stories, you know what I'm saying, all day, I would have thousands of people sitting around checking in every day, seeing what I'm going to talk about prison. I seen it. Many people was doing that. If I was talking about being a prisoner of war, being captured, being tortured, people would sit around and watch it. We all talk about boxing, but the conversation around it is toxic. And people add to this. Like all the time, people are adding to this toxic conversation. And I'd be wondering what's the timing of these things. Let me show y'all this. Should I play the video first or should I show y'all this first? I think I'm gonna show y'all this first. So if you see this, right, they got the comments on. But if you look at this video, Tim Bradley sounds off on Teofimo Lopez's banana. And this was after I saw it at that point in time, 42 minutes ago, I put that down. Well, it's been longer than that. It took me about 15 minutes to get online and decide whether or not I was going to get online. And this is, to me, this is one of the reasons why sometimes people don't really be motivated to talk boxing, man, because people make it about everything but boxing. And then when they have a platform to actually say something and put their foot down about it, they choose to like brush it off. They choose to like remember the word. If people that seen that live I did the other day, they choose to minimize it. Remember I was telling y'all about minimization? Minimizing things. I was saying minimalize, but it's really minimize. Don't worry, Tim, if somebody called me a monkey and said, come get this banana, boy, I wouldn't be offended either. Sean fake as Zittel. And that's how I feel, man. That's whenever he sit down and he talk to Tim, man, like it's not genuine. And then I'm looking at the timing. How long ago did Teofimo Lopez say it? How long ago did Teofimo Lopez say this? How long ago did Teofimo make those statements? And then how long after that did he double down? And when he doubled down, when he was out there with Bud, this had to be about 3 weeks ago, a little over 3 weeks ago, maybe. When he doubled down and said, "Oh yeah, I'm out shopping. I'm getting ready to go to the store to find some bananas," and Bud was like, "All right, we'll send the GPS. I'm trying to pull up." How long ago was that? Why is he choosing right now? Why is Sean Zittel choosing right now to bring this up? Why is he asking Tim about this now? Why didn't he ask Tim about it when it was fresh? Why is he reposting that when everything he says is to agree and just be like, "Oh yeah, man, you know, that's stupid, man. People who pay attention to that's stupid." It's like, no, man. Teofimo Lopez, man, y'all see, this is what they do, man. Y'all see this. I told everybody about this not too long ago. I said that this is what they do. They'll sit up there, they'll put, like, let's just say it's a big channel, right? They'll put something about Tank up there, right? The show really don't be up there to garner Tank any positive attention. The show really is to ultimately to get people to call in to shit on Tank. Because they are known, it's a known fact that they are not fans of it. So you got to think that this tactic is being used. They'll bring up a topic thinking that it's going to be an open discussion where people can just say and do whatever, and they're going to have their own opinions, and then they'll spend all their time refuting and batting down people. I mean, I would have to think before they actually sat down and did the whole shebang bang, this whole interview, right, that they had like an inkling of where they would go with the conversation, right? There would be some idea. I know if I was going to have an interview with somebody, then I kind of touch base with them offline and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to cover. Okay, this is about how long it's going to be. How you feel about this? What's on your mind? Let me know. Give me some heads up on some areas we can go, some areas we can't go. How do you want to walk away from this interview? How do you want viewers to see this interview and walk away from this interview afterwards? How? Right? And then we would do it. So I would imagine that they talk offline. They talk a little bit before they say, all right, we're going to do it. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to call you back. Yeah, it was a good cook, man. Yeah, man. I know we've been on the phone for 45 minutes, but trust me, the interview ain't going to be that long. Let's just do it for 13 minutes. So I'm going to play it and I'm going to stop it. I'm going to do the same thing I did when I saw that Sean Porter. I don't know if it was after that sparring with Tank or whatever. This is the last time I did one of these where I actually went over somebody and what they were saying and stopped it and broke it down. The last time I did this was when it was made known. After like the fourth, fifth time I seen Sean Porter say and do something, and I'm like, man, dang, Tank must have really fucked him up in that sparring, man. Because ever since then, Sean Porter he ain't have anything favorable to say about Tank. Now his opinion is opinion, but I just be seeing these patterns. You know what I'm saying? So that was the last time I really did one of them, and I just wanted to sit down and be real. I wanted to sit down, do this little short thing, and go over this real quick, just to put a stake in the ground. Excuse me, just to put a stake in the ground, because we're gonna revisit this, and I'm proving something here on my channel. I'm proving something that over time, like yesterday was a landmark. It took 13 months for something that I said when I was telling y'all about this good cop, bad cop shit. It took 13 months for the good cop to come out and say that, yeah, that guy over there is really the bad cop. He didn't say it outright. He spoke a lot in code and he danced around it. Why? Because I can't reason why he did it. I know why, but I'm not going to speak for him. Took 13 months. 13 months. And if you look at it, we're in October, getting ready to be in November. A couple days shy of being in November. And on the 1st, I put out a video about the top 5 toxic fan bases in boxing, with DHP being number 1. I was a hater at that point in time. So leading up into, some people started catching it, going up into April. after April went going into May, it started revving up. In June, people like, oh man, these dudes, man, look at these. We are in a full-fledged to where now people say, oh man, they toxic, man. Like every day they saying how toxic they are. But in January, when I said it back in January and I did the top 5 toxic fan bases in boxing, I was a hater. So I do these things. I put these stakes in the ground, something so that, okay, when I want to come back and speak to this is on record. This is what I'm talking about right now, and this is what they do. Why didn't they nip this shit with Teofimo Lopez in the bud when it first happened? And let's look at the stances. Let's hear the stances and the bullshit that Tim Bradley pops out of his tail when addressing this.
So do you think 2025 is the year we see Tank against Teo or Shakur or that caliber?
Yeah, everybody run. Hey, I'm gonna judge you. I know right now everybody running away from Teo. I tell you that. Ain't nobody trying to fight Teo.
There will be people who want me to ask you about the banana comments and all that.
That's oh shoot. You know what? I'll take that back. You know who wanted to fight him? I think it was Shakur.
Lie number 1. Everybody's running away from Teofimo Lopez. Lie number 1. Like we ain't even what 30 seconds in. He lying. And Shakur was the only one where if Shakur wanted to fight Teofimo Lopez, why the hell did he go over the match room? When they both on top rank. They were both on top rank. That's lie number 1, bro. Salute, Melazar. Salute. Lie number 1 already, man. Lie number 1 already, bro. But now it's Shakur. Shakur wanted to fight him. Okay, all right. Shakur mentioned his name and said something, but they were both on top rank and they didn't make it happen. Come on, man. 2 lies in 30 seconds.
Shakur wanted to fight him, and he said
Keyshawn
no.
does.
And he said no. Shakur wanted to fight him. He said no.
Oh,
yeah,
or was
I
that
remember
Keyshawn?
that.
Or was that Keyshawn? Or is it both of them?
It was Keyshawn too.
Okay.
So like when everybody running around saying that nobody wants to fight.
Now notice he said it was Keyshawn too. It was Keyshawn too. Now there's a part on stage which would be more up Tim Bradley's alley since Shakur Stevenson is no longer on top rank. It would be more up his alley to talk about the time when Keyshawn was on stage and that whole back and forth and Teo said, listen, Teo said, don't call my name out. And how Keyshawn been chasing him, but he's gonna brush right over this. Keyshawn has been pursuing Teofimo Lopez. He's been on his ass. His history with them. He ain't gonna do all that. He gonna give the credit to Shakur. He gonna give the credit to Shakur for saying that he wanted to fight him and that Teo said no, and everybody gonna run with that shit.
Fight him, you know what? Nah. Motherfuckers want to fight him, but he don't want to fight them. It's crazy. You know, Teo is the type of guy that wants to just go straight to the top. He ain't one of those guys that like to fool around. Like if you ain't like bringing something to the table.
1 minute and 3 seconds. If you ain't bringing something to the table, what did Steve Claggett bring to the table, Tim? But a bag full of losses. 103. We 3 lies in now. We 3 lies in, man. But these guys, the Hall of Famer guy in the interview that can sit down and talk to all these guys and this bullshit.
You know, like for instance, like he chasing Terrence Crawford, and everybody's giving him a hard time about chasing Terrence Crawford. And they're saying, well, he can't move up 2 weight classes. Why can't he?
So judging off the Steve Claggett performance, coming off the Jermaine Ortiz performance, what is giving Tim Bradley all these cojones to start dick riding Teofimo Lopez for him to be able to jump up 2 weight classes? Because in real time, when I was saying, everybody was saying I'm crazy. Because I was saying, well, shit, if Bud gonna jump up for Canelo, Tio might as well. What changed? And why y'all so late? There's 2 performances later, and now all of a sudden he should just be able to jump over Brian Norman. You notice how he didn't bring up Brian Norman, and did he say no to that? But now he's an advocate. Now he's an advocate to jump up and see Bud 2 weight classes above.
Crawford trying to fight Canelo. That's 2 weight classes up.
Right.
Some will even say 3 weight classes. So, like, what? You know what I mean? Like, guys are jumping around different weight classes now. Teo can go up to 54 and face the Terrence Crawford. You know? So, anyways, yeah, all that. Look, I'm gonna just put it this way, man. Everybody sitting up here, still, I just can't believe that, like, we as black people, I'm talking black people, we're still stuck. I don't get it. Why are we still giving this type of shit energy? Like, I don't understand.
So who giving it energy? Because Sean Zittel brought this to you. Ain't that the shit that DJ Vlad be doing? Vlad will bring up some bullshit. You on the show to shoot the breeze, and yeah, he's the interviewer and it's his platform, so he's gonna put it on. But Zittel brought this shit to you.
Understand that, man.
Yeah. Y'all could be talking about anything in the world, anything in the sport, but Zittel brought you this monkey shit.
Why are we giving this type of energy to certain words? You get these words are always going to be powerful if you give this shit energy. You know, I've learned over my years, bro, people going to say whatever the fuck they want to say. They going to say whatever they want to say. It's the First Amendment, to be honest with you. You can say whatever. You could be able to say whatever, or you should be able to say whatever the hell you want to say. The First Amendment, however, they need to change that because that's not necessarily true. You know, do I agree with what Teo said? No.
That's the only thing that's the first thing I actually really agree with Tim. We don't really have the First Amendment, and they need to change it because you say certain things. Like if I say certain things on this channel, I will no longer have a YouTube channel. If I say certain things on this channel, it cannot be monetized. That's why I said I ain't even gonna try to monetize this one. That's about the only thing that I agree with that Tim Bradley says. There is really no real freedom of speech. T.O. should be able to say whatever he wants out of his mouth. But that don't mean that the people around or people that hear it and know what he's doing shouldn't have something to say about it.
I don't agree. But if you put any kind of energy into that type of talk, then you give it power. And that's the reason why we're talking about it right now, is because you're giving it power, bro. I look at that and I just go, bruh, dude, you're ignorant. That's plain and simple. You're ignorant. You think you're funny, you're ignorant. I've heard this word many times. I've heard the word hard R many times in my life too. Many times from different people. Still hear it today. I hear coon all the time. I hear all these dumbass words that people use, and it don't affect me because I don't put no energy into it. I heard this shit before. I heard it before. Say it louder.
I am the same way to where you can't, it's nobody that's gonna get me to jump out my ain't nobody gonna be able to get me to jump off the ledge by calling me the N-bomb. So I agree with them, like, yeah, we don't give power. You're not gonna be able to you're not gonna allow me to do something to you just because you say something out of your mouth. Most of the time when you have people dead to rights You done got them. You done rake them over the coals in every aspect of a conversation. The last thing they do is to just throw out something to set off offense to make you just go off and lose it. Because you could be right in every area, and then they'll say you, and that's it. You go upside their head. You know what I'm saying? You go across their knees. You do something crazy. You're gonna be in a cage, and they're gonna be looking at you. Because I always ask myself in those kind of situations, if you make the news, how are people going to perceive you? And for me, that's always been kind of like a calming mechanism when I know stuff about to hit the fan. How they going to look at this? It's like, man, you are totally right. But if you snap and lose your cool, how they going to look at this on the news? Then you're going to be looking stupid. And when you're sitting down in the cell, you're thinking about it, you're like, yeah, I probably could have let that slide. Yeah, I could have. So I don't allow people to do that. But what Tim is doing right now is something totally different. He's trying to explain it away. He's trying to politic it away. It's already plenty of channels that's in their lane, Tim. A lot of channels out here that are politicking and explaining it away, Tim. Like, that's not really what we like you for, Tim. We like you because you shared the ring with all these people. You have all this experience. You know what I'm saying? And we value that about you. Not for you to up here be a politician or trying to be a therapist for black people, speaking on behalf of black people, because you don't speak on behalf of black people, because that's the hard truth right there. You don't speak on behalf of us, Tim. You live the life, but you're not speaking on behalf of black people, Tim. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other boxes out here that a lot of black people resonate with black people, and you don't come to mind when we think about black people, Tim. We like you because of your experience in the ring. You are greatness now that you're in the Hall of Fame, and you shared the ring with greatness. That's why people value your opinion, and they value you because you get to go into the fighters' meetings. You talk to these fighters, and you know behind the scenes stuff. That is the value of Tim Bradley as it relates to Top Rank. Who knows what the value of Tim Bradley is as a man? I don't have crumpets and tea with him. But we don't look to you to be the voice or the spokesperson for black people, Tim. I'm sorry. You black, but we don't look to you for that.
Because I know who I am. That's the difference. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. You can say and you can think whatever you want to think. You're not in my day-to-day circle. I don't give a damn what you say or think of me. It doesn't matter. So
this shouldn't really matter, Tim. Never mind me.
What Teo said, if Teo would have said it to me, I would have laughed it off. I'd have been like, man, you're ignorant. You're dumb. You know, you're a dumb little kid. You're looking for attention.
So people been chomping Tim Bradley off all his life. Basically, this is a silence is consent channel, man. Like, if you don't say nothing, that means you in full agreement. Agreement what's going on.
Go play on your playground. You know, that's what I would have said. I don't take that shit into any consideration. I don't, man. Because you sit back and you say, well, he's racist and this and that. Dude, I've been called racist. You know how many times I've been called racist, bro? I've been told, oh, you're racist against black people. You're racist against this race. You're racist against that race. I hear that on a day-to-day basis. I'm like, dude, my wife is like, come with something different. You know? My dad's black. My cousins are black. Like, come on. Bring something different, man. You know, because I've heard that before. So, anyways, yeah. I don't take the racist, quote unquote, comments and all that, dude. I don't give it no energy. And I teach my kids the same thing. The same exact thing, because people are gonna say what they want to say. They are. Get that through your mind. And be honest with yourself. Everybody's a little racist about something.
That's Tim's belief.
Be honest. We are. Everybody. It don't matter, because everything is contribute to our life experience and what we've gone through. Some people can say things just out of spite. and just want to be disrespectful. There's others that have lived through things that has turned them a certain way. You know, so what T.O. said, I don't agree with. However, he fucking said it. Who gives a fuck? I don't care what he said.
And that's why black people don't look to you for anything, Tim, because you don't even care. So why should we even value, why should we value Sean Zittel sitting down talking to you about this when you don't even care? But you're trying to get this man a payday with Bud. Make it make sense, Tim.
He says, even if he said it to me, doesn't bother me not one bit, because I know who I am. And it's just words. Has no effect over me. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. You know, I know I'm gonna get ridiculed. Some people are like, oh, disagree, this. Dude, I'm not soft. I'm sorry. I'm not soft. I'm not gonna buy into the bullcrap.
Nobody's saying you soft, Tim. It's just you don't care. So we don't care about your opinion, bro.
I really ain't.
Well, yeah. I don't know where to go from there, but
No. I just look at things differently, man. I teach my kids this.
Yeah.
Sean Flabbergasted. I ain't know.
I got young girls. I got young women, man, that I'm raising. You know, with my wife. I got my son. You know, my youngest son that I'm raising. You know what I'm saying? Like, they mixed. They hear shit all the time at school. You know what I'm saying? And they go to, you know, predominantly, you know, Caucasian and Hispanic schools. So they get it from both ends on a day-to-day basis. You know, and so if they get called some sort of racial slur, they don't pay no mind and no attention to it. And guess what? People stop saying it. People tell them, yeah, they ain't gonna get nowhere.
You know the fallacy in that? The first time Teofimo Lopez came on and said it, because his father said some things, and as a T.O. fan, I ignored it. I said, man, yeah, T.O., man, he up and down, man. He might be he a slight head case, you know what I'm saying? Like, he up 1 minute, he down 1 minute. You can tell by his fight performances. You could tell that when he's not in a good mental space, like when he went in there with Nakatani, and Nakatani put hands all on him, he got the decision. It was a tough fight. You know, his mind wasn't in the right spot. He was all on the up and up. He went in there with Lomachenko. Superb performance by Teofimo Lopez. He went in there, his head was on right. He was back in the good graces with his family. He went in there with Josh Taylor. His head was on right. So the first time I heard his father, and I'm like, yeah, that's that old school shit. His father is significantly older than me, by at least by about 10 years. I'm 44, about to be 44 in December, 2 months. So he's significantly older than me, but he about 10, 12 years older than me, maybe more than that. So that's that old people, that's that older generation where some people are set in their way, their vocabulary is a certain way or whatever. That's not as offensive because it's like, oh yeah, you one of them kind, okay, cool. We see you know. So we let it go at first, right? But he's saying if you ignore it, it'll go away. But what did it do for T.O.? It made him feel like that he could do that again. And since then, he's done it 2 more times, very vocally, and then laughed about it. And then after he doubled down, he spent around and somebody asked him about it. He said, oh man, dude, that sounds racist, and laughed and made a joke about it. So when you ignore it, that make people feel like, okay. First time you go to school, you've been in school for 3 months. A bully come up. He take your pizza. Okay, cool. I wasn't that hungry anyway. You know what I'm saying? Next day you go, he taking your pizza and he taking your milk. Oh shit, I wasn't that hungry or thirsty today, man. I had just had a snack, man. I went to the vending machine after 3rd period, man. I'm good. The 4th time, you see where I'm going? You ain't like when you don't say or stand up or do nothing or like nip this shit in the bud to make it be known that like, man, dude, stop, man. That shit ain't cool. You can't ignore it because that empowers certain people to keep doing it, especially clowns. They won't continue down that path.
They ain't gonna get you nowhere. Because my daughters, My daughters know what time it is. My daughters, they be like, huh, heard that before. Oh, yeah, say it louder. Say it louder so everybody can hear you. And guess what? What happens? They don't say it. They don't say it at all. And so they're completely immune to the word because it's going to get used. Yeah, I hear people use it all the time. I hear all the young folks using the N-word back. You know who wanted to fight?
You know what he's doing? You know what Tim doing right now? He's conflating. See, you're talking about the use of an N-word and then calling somebody a monkey and talking about bananas. It's two different things. Everybody should know by now, especially if you black, the history of the N-word. You know what I'm saying? How some people can justify that it's a good thing, some people can justify it as a bad thing, but when people use it, some people use it as a term of endearment amongst people, say, oh, that's my, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy, that's my homie, that's my dog. Some people be laughing like, hey, cut that out. So it can be used as a term of endearment, but if somebody use it and they're talking and they don't look like you, but they use it in a condescending, derogatory way, we don't have to go to rocket science school to understand the inference. That's what he's doing. So now he's mixing up the N-word he's conflating the N-word with what Teofimo Lopez was doing, which was using a slur.
So everybody can hear you. And guess what? What happens? They don't say it. They don't say it at all. And so they're completely immune to the word because it's going to get used. Yeah, I hear people use it all the time. I hear all the young folks using the N-word all the time. All this whole generation using the N-word. It don't matter what race, what color you are. Everybody's using the word.
And I don't know. I think I hear Sean laughing in the background. I don't know where they from, but everybody ain't using it, bro. But that's aside from the monkey stuff. We're talking about two different things. So I want y'all to pay attention to these interviews. We're talking about two different things. He's talking about the use of the N-word. The question was about this banana monkey stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's be clear. What Tim talking about, he went off and Sean didn't put that train back on the track of the conversation that we were having.
Seriously.
I know. I grew up seeing it. All races saying it. Yes.
So Sean grew up saying all races saying that.
And you want to know something? There's some people that grow up in urban areas, bro.
Yes.
That are white complected, Mexican, yada yada yada. They've been going to school with black folks, kids. You know what I mean? And they pick up the word. They live in it. They live in the gutter. They live in the hood. That's, you know what I mean? That's their reality. And so they use the word. So
some people call it, they have the pass, whatever, you know. Yeah.
Look, hey, I'm not giving that word any more energy, bro. It's like, it's whatever. You know, the last time somebody called me the hard R word, and you know what I told them? I said, I'm a damn good one. And they looked at me sideways like, what? Huh? I said, yeah, I'm a damn good one.
We two different kind of people, man. We two different kind of people, Tim. And that's why I think black people don't look to Tim. Black people don't look to Tim to be the standard about the conversations of black people plights. They look at him for his professional expertise and what he did inside the ring and his history. And Alonzo, if you stick around, you'll have an opportunity to get on, because I love the people that get out there and be more defensive about something that somebody said that was offensive to a whole group of people, instead of saying, you know what, I might need to check my brother. But it'll be a link out here if you really want that smoke when I get done. If you stick around, Alonzo. If not, then you can kick rocks. Because I love the people that like to get out and defend when other people say offensive shit. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's like an alley-oop. It's like a layup. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm running around and the defender he fell down. You know what I'm saying? I'm wide open. It's easy work. It's easy work. If you want to stick around. And salute to C-Dub. Salute Alonzo for coming in the building. I'll be respectful and say salute. May Lazar, good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in so long, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute, May Lazar. Our Money, Crush. Salute. And I'll break down what that meant. Well, I'll break down what that meant, May Lazar. And yeah, that's what that would be. I'll break it down. Let me just get through this and we'll have this discussion.
So, hell yeah. And no rebuttal. Because what do you say to that? What do you say to that? I know what I am. You can think whatever you want to think. Say whatever you want to say. But I know what I am, and I know who I am. And I know I'm not that.
You remember Don't Be a Menace to South Central and this message? Is that kind of what you just broke down? You know, I'm trying.
Zittel, you just a goofy, bro. You a goofy, man. That's the only way I can explain it. Like you a great value Ashton Kutcher. Great value Ashton Kutcher. That's what you are, man. A goofy.
I'm just trying to get people to understand, man, that this is a higher way of thinking, bro. This is a different way of thinking, and some will agree and some won't. Tim, you can't let nobody disrespect you, like, and it's a lot of these people, they're irrelevant, man. They're irrelevant. We
So all the people that feel some kind of way, y'all are irrelevant. Like anybody that won't say or communicate that what Teofimo Lopez was offensive to a whole group of people. And it's a comment in this comment section that I said, man, they hit it right. They hit the nail on the head. We're going to visit that, but I want to show y'all the double standards between when you talk about a certain group of people and how people are unwilling to do it and how people get called into the red carpet about it versus when you can say whatever the hell you want to say about a group of people and then people want you to turn the other cheek and not say nothing and, oh man, you giving that so much power. It's not that, y'all. It's the principle. It's the principle. We're going to hold everybody accountable. Let's hold everybody accountable. Let's not give passes. Let's not give passes to certain people because you don't have the shoulders built or the legs strong enough to stand on that shit.
You pay so much attention to irrelevant people in your life. We waste so much time, arguing and bickering people that are irrelevant in your life, man. Period. And I'm not going to stoop to their level. There's no point in it. You're not going to get anywhere. They're already showing their ignorance right out the gate.
So we're ignorant by giving it energy, and they're ignorant for saying it. So if we ignore it and they keep saying it, what's going to solve the problem? Nothing. So you a do nothinger when it comes to this kind of stuff. You are, oh, he's irrelevant. That's not going to make me lose any sleep. You know what I'm saying? What he eat don't make me shit. What he drink don't make me piss. And what he make don't pay my bills. Okay, Tim.
They're speaking in that fashion, especially in 2024.
Yeah.
Hello? I don't want to be around you. I don't want to.
That just makes you look like the asshole that you are for talking that way. Like anybody with a brain isn't going to fuck with you after you reveal that.
But remember, Sean Zittel is the one who introduced this and brought this up and made this a topic on his platform. Damn near a month and a half later. You see what I'm saying? You see what I say that they be doing, man? This don't need to get to the bottom of it and to really, gain some ground on the conversation in the boxing culture. This is not for that. This is sensationalism. And because Tim Bradley handled this way, Sean Zittel just flowing with it because he still want to be able to have these conversations with Tim. I would love for Tim to come sit down and talk to me. I won't even monetize it. How about that?
You know, so.
And I guarantee you there will be way more nutritional value if I got a damn near a 14-minute conversation with Tim Bradley. If you just say, hey, you got 14 minutes and start the clock like chess, I guarantee you it'll be more nutritional value than this dumbass shit Sean Zittel brought to the table. But he brought it to the table.
Yeah.
So, you know, look, if I've been called milk dud, shit.
You got a milk dud head, man. That's not a race. That's not nothing. That's nothing. It has nothing to do with the N-word. That has nothing to do with being monkey, banana, or nothing. Like, you probably got cousins that say, oh, they got my milk dud head ass cousin, Timothy Bradley.
They call me milk dud because of my head. I got a big ass head. I do. I know I do. I got a big, look at this big ass dog. This I thank my mom every single day. Thank you, mama. Shoot, I know I almost.
I got a big head too, Tim. If it makes you feel better.
Look, ultimate, I got a big head too. No, you the great value Ashton Kutcher. Look at him. Look at him jumping on these nuts and just want to be apart, just want to be down like Brandy and shit.
All this hair covers it, but I got a big head too. So,
but it doesn't bother. You see,
and that's why I said this is why I said this. You see that statement he just said? This is why I said this right here. Don't worry, Tim. If somebody called me a monkey and said, come get this banana boy, I wouldn't be offended either. Sean fake as a tail. That's why I said it, because that's what he is. Look at me. I got a big head too, Tim. Come on, man.
but it doesn't bother, you know, because, you know, one is real. Yes, I know, you know what I mean? So I do got a big ass head. It's the way I was born.
Big brain.
Ain't nothing I can do to change it. So, but that's just the way I think, man. And I just wish that others would think in similar fashion, because then they can live freely. You know what I mean? They can live freely and without holding grudges and you know, being, you know, racist and all this shit. Like, bro, like, I ain't got a racist bone in my body, bro. I really don't. I don't. So I respect everybody. I treat people how I want to be treated in a way. If I need to step out of line and become, you know, something that I'm not, I can do that too. You know what I mean? I can get ignorant. I sure can. But I try to refrain from that, man, as much as possible. And I try not to stoop to the levels of people that you're dealing with, because trust me, man, it's only gonna turn to violence. So, but anyways, T.O., you got to think, man.
But it's you can resort this, like, it don't end in violence. See, what'll happen is, because it's just like them killers that go through progression to where they just jumping through windows and taking panties and shit like that. And then they jumping through and then they stealing memorabilia and they taking pictures, you know what I'm saying, of people when they sleep, and then it progresses into something else. That's what happens. Like, it don't have to be solved by violence, but it can be solved with the proper conversation and somebody being called to the red carpet. Because I remember, before I forget, let me say that. I remember Tony Dungy, one of the greatest coaches in NFL. He was on vacation. He said something about the LGBT alphabet community, They called him off of vacation and called him in to the facility and made him do an interview to clarify what he meant. And at the point in time, it was a dude from, I think he was from Missouri. He was a linebacker. Dallas was looking at him. And it was, you know, he was in the closet, but he came out the closet right before the draft. And Tony Dungy said, he was basically like, man, I probably wouldn't want to draft him on my team. He's like, he has all the time in the world. He's an excellent linebacker. He rattled off everything that he said that was great about the guy. And he said, I wouldn't want to bring him on my team right now because before every game, especially if we go to the playoffs and advance in the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl, instead of focusing on the team, they'll be focusing on that one individual. You know what that community said? Oh, he's homophobic. I can't believe it. They made that man come in off of vacation and explain it. But they held his feet to the fire for saying it. So you can say what you want about certain communities or certain people, however you want to lump them, because that's that alphabet community right there, that embodies a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you look like, where you from and all that. That's a different group or category. But if you say some people about some people that happen to have a rich history with these gas chambers and all that stuff, they're going to call your ass to the red carpet and they're going to make you backtrack, pull it up, explain what you meant, or you're going to get shut down. But if you say something against us or about us, even when we trying to be productive and be all about boxing, there is no repercussion. It don't got to be violence. Somebody ain't got to go upside your goddamn head. But that's going to happen if you keep progressing and saying the things that you do, that you're saying when you got to come down to Baltimore, when you got to go to Philly, when you got to go back up to New York. You know what I'm saying? When you down in Houston, when you in Dallas, like somebody going to check you. Somebody going to check you. And it may result in violence, but that's because we're allowing it. We're enabling it, and it's a monster. He's going through progression. First, it was just, oh, yeah, which monkey want to come get this banana? Then it was like, oh, I'm at the grocery store looking for some bananas. What's going to be next? What's going to be next? It don't have to end in, it don't have to be addressed with violence, but it will be. Eventually, it will be.
You got to think before you talk, and that's just it. Think before you say. You know, yes, you got a freedom of speech. You thought the shit was cute. You thought it was funny. However, you offended some people. I get that. But me, you ain't offend me at all. Even if you said it to me, I would laugh at you. Shit. I would literally laugh at you and say, you stupid, bro. You dumb as hell.
Well, man, hey, thank you.
But you know what's going to happen to you? It's going to offend you. And he got his poker face on like it didn't offend him, but it offended him. Why? Because I know it offended me. I had hope for T.O. I like T.O. At his core and what he brings to the table, and I know he young, he dumb, you know what I'm saying? He's under all this influence. I know he got something going on up here. But what would happen to Tim is he would be harboring that on the inside, but then since he's up in front of the cameras and he's calling the fight, he would have to call the fight justly, or he would have to overdo it in favor of T.O. because in his heart of hearts, he's offended. But he would have to sit down and say, hey, man, after the interview and put this big-ass, fake-ass smile, knowing that he look at you just like he look at Bud, knowing that he look at you just like he look at Tank. Right?
Thank you for, it's not even something I was like anxious to talk about. It's just once T.O.'s name came up.
He wasn't anxious to talk about it and all the things concerning T.O. Nothing about his litigation. Nothing about who he should fight next. Nothing about nothing else, but he gonna bring up this monkey shit like a month and a half later. Right, Zittel, right.
I'm like, oh, well, the fans will be upset at me if I don't ask Tim about that recent.
The fans ain't gonna be upset with you because the kind of fans you got, they don't care. They like the fans, like they like this Alonzo dude saying he's 100% correct and blah blah blah. Okay, your fans don't care, and we're gonna see how your fans think in the comment section right after this, and I'm gonna show y'all how they do this. I'm tired of seeing it, man. Ain't nobody gonna say it. This ain't gonna get the congregation jumping for joy. That's why I ain't want no gimmicks. I ain't want to do the gloves. I ain't want the back screen. I just wanted to be raw and real. That's why I'm even smoking. I don't care. Nobody else gonna do it. Especially the I hate to say it, but especially the Latin community. I have not heard one person from the Latin community with a big platform come out and say anything to Tio. And plenty of my like Bam. I had Tio on there. I like Virgil Ortiz. There's a lot of these guys. I know Tio is Honduran. But when you say the Latin community, because they'll all pull together, you'll have somebody like Punch Drunk. He'll facilitate shit like that and coerce it. But he'll encourage it. But I haven't heard not one channel with any kind of real weight come out and say anything like, nah, man, we gotta fix or do nothing. Why? They might face backlash. I'm not gonna compromise my platform to do it. Well, guess what, man? I'm not one of the heavy hitters. I'm not one of these big dudes that people just flock to and wear knee pads to listen to. But I will put a stake in the ground. And when people come back around like a year later, just like I went through, I told y'all 13 months later, as of yesterday, the good cop came out and said that the bad cop was really a bad cop. And he's off the force. That was 13 months. That's why I say it's critical to put these stakes in the ground and have these conversations. That way, you know, at least, look, what little I had, whatever opportunity I had, I gave you a voice to be able to speak on it. There's a benchmark, there's a date and a time, and we sat there and we talked about it, and this was my view then. My view has not changed.
And comment and everything. So appreciate you even getting on the topic and, you know,
yeah, people. Yeah. I'm just sharing my thoughts on it.
And look, Tim don't got a warm and fuzzy because he knew what he was saying was some bullshit.
As far as how I deal with that type of stuff, man, on a day-to-day basis, you know, some days are more than others, but for the most part, bro, doesn't bother me at all, man. Last time I checked, money is green, right? Still green.
See, so as long as they making money, that's what I be trying to say, man. Like, money is not everything to everybody, bro. Money don't wipe away, like, money. See, that's that whole, oh man, money. Well, if you had this much money, you wouldn't be worried about what this person said, what that person. Yeah, you would, because it's the principle. Money don't change that. Money don't change that. If T.O. was making Canelo money. If T.O. was making Canelo money right now, and he came out and said that, what, I shouldn't be able to say, I wouldn't be able to say nothing about it because he got money. I think Tim is my elder, man. I'm 44. I think Tim is my elder, man. But I'm not jacking that. They say in New York, I'm not jacking that shit. It ain't about no money, bro.
Yes,
that's it. That's what I'm after. Dang, I just hit it. Dang, what's the name? Oh, my tumbleweed just murdered. It's murdered the front end of my car.
Was that because
instant karma? That tumbleweed was like, you want some bullshit, Tim.
I distracted you a little bit with the interview, or was that going to happen anyway?
Nah. I try to break a little bit, let it clear, but it did. It stopped. Like, nope, this is gonna happen. So I think it's in front of my car. But anyways, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to the fight this weekend.
So this is the good part, right? So now we'll get to see. Now in 4 hours, this man got 2,404 views with 162 comments, right? 154 likes. Those are some tremendous numbers, bro. I'm gonna just tell you now, those are some tremendous numbers. You know what I'm saying? Those are some tremendous numbers for that period of time. And that's my comment. Don't worry, Tim. You see my comment. So I'll say always, look, it already got 5 likes. So don't say that I'm alone in my thinking. Boom. Boom. Black man here didn't care about what Tio said. I also won't be supporting him. That's a great approach. That's a great approach. But if you get out there and you say, oh, we shouldn't support him and all that, you're going to get more backlash. Listen, if I got out there and say we shouldn't support Tio no more, I would get more backlash for saying I wouldn't support him than he would get for saying the things that he said. Dude is showing the world just who he is, a racist Hispanic, period. He's Honduran. People say whatever they want to say, but people can respond the way they respond. Great approach. Tim Bradley on ESPN, shit. Tim Bradley on Sean Zittel, gold. I used to think so. As long as Sean Zittel got something worth him talking about, but I don't think that Tim was the right one to bring onto the thing, onto the panel, or have an interview with talking about this. I would love to hear what Andre Ward would have said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what he would say. It's kind of different for Andre Ward. This guy's stupid, real stupid. So how you deal with racism is let people get away with disrespect. Sorry, Tim has self-hate. That ain't me. 28 people like that. And they got, look at all this, because that's the backlash, y'all. This 13 right here, that's the backlash. I bet you it is. What is Bradley going to do? Crawford won't do nothing. Boots won't do nothing. Everybody's scared of T.O. I told you, but he's scared of Devin, though. Make it make sense. Everybody experiences racism. Get over it. Get over it. That's what we always told. They don't tell that to them people that was in them gas chambers from across, you know what I'm saying, across seas that's still getting benefit that the U.S. paid for and all that. They don't tell them to get over it. They give them money. They give them businesses. Business credit. Facts. People so dumb they never understand the message. See? What do they do about bigots? Stop it. T.O. got beat up by Cambosis. You delusional, just like him, goofy. Scared of glass. Okay, they going a split decision is getting beat up. Okay, so they going off into that. All right, we all for that. Sean, Tim, I have a large cranium too. Tim Bradley don't speak for nobody but himself. Marcus Garvin, man. You share a name with one of the greats, except if that IN was an EY, man. And he got 10. I'm glad to see that he got 10. He don't speak for nobody but himself. Bradley is a clown and not a reader. Say something about this. This is the comment right here. This is the comment. Say something about the small hats and your bank account is frozen. No one asked them why they're still on that. Bingo. Bingo. Exactly. It's different though. It's different though. Now look, Gustavo is going to tell us exactly what it is. It's different though. The small hats have power over almost everything. They can afford to be on that. So we can't afford to be on that. We can't afford to be on that. So since the small hats can freeze your bank account, not represent you in court, oh, you got to go to the red carpet whenever you say something to offend the small hats. But you can talk about monkeys and bananas and pajamas all you want. We can't afford to be on that. Rage baiting, man. This is how the internet works. This is how the internet works, y'all. And I'm trying to tell y'all that so when y'all look at these titles and y'all look at what people are doing, so you can actually dig deep and actually see exactly what these people are really on. And these are the fans, because these are the people that's going to his page, commenting on his shit. So these are the people that engage and entertain him. That only applies to celebrities at a certain stature. You or I can say something about small hats and nothing will happen at all. Small hats pay your bills. That shit say Tim Bradley, small hats pay your bills. Damn. That's a checkmate. Facts. F them. Doesn't even matter. Because it's offensive and racist language, Tim. Exactly. Exactly. Prince, Vince, WTF will be in it for Crawford to fight T.O. The fighter that lost to Cambosis also, when he wins, they will say T.O. was too small. So he's on it. He's approaching it from a boxing perspective. He just took out, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with him. T.O. and Ryan are dead wrong for being racist. They deserve the energy that they invoke by their ignorance. Tim super strapped in the race car, so he's joking. Tim Bradley is being cowardly here. He needs to call out T.O.'s racism. First Amendment doesn't condone racism. Bingo! Bingo. There's hope. He got 12 likes. I laugh at stupidity. Grow up, my man. Racism hot. Talk is cheap. See, Tim? You see, Tim? Tim, is that you? You're setting it back 100 years with this one. Bingo! That's why it don't matter. If you a celebrity with a voice and you done something and you out here on some bullshit, man, it's best you just don't even say nothing at all, man. Setting us back 100 years, man. Sup, Tim? Hey, they just happen to be, they just happy to be, they just a Tim Bradley fan, man. What is Bradley going to do? Crawford won't do nothing. Boots won't do nothing. Everybody's scared of T.O. Nobody's scared of T.O., bro. It's just like a fly to bug. Crawford and Boots don't want to fight him. Brown Norman doesn't want to. Keyshawn called him out. Where's the contract? Move up and wait and call T.O. out. Hondurans are dangerous. They got 18. Okay, so they still on it. Like, they just ignoring the whole thing. And a lot of this is like, okay, well, to my understanding, T.O. was offered the Norman fight and he didn't want it. And Keyshawn been breathing down his neck. The Devin stuff, I don't know, man. Devin been playing dodgeball from T.O. and he got a whole community of people out here. I call it the D-Hive, that you can't shut them up, man. Like, they the D-Hive. They're gonna range through the snow. They're gonna put their throat coat on, wear their knee pads, put their tonsil jewelry in for the man. So I can't speak on Devin. Shakur don't want to fight no T.O. LOL. Stop it, Tim, with this top rank riding stuff. I did hear Keyshawn act like he wanted it, but I'm almost sure T.O. probably stopped Keyshawn off experience alone. Shakur should have beat Matias when nobody wanted to fight him, but Shakur was obviously afraid to get stopped. Facts, David. Facts. I don't know. Keyshawn versus T.O., I think that's a motherfucking barn burner, man. I think that's Blaze. I think, man, that's blazing saddles right there, man. People have an opinion about fighters' performance, an opinion about what they do outside the ring, but now we shouldn't have an opinion about what a fighter says. Call Haney soft because of a lawsuit, but Lord have mercy, if anyone says something negative about T.O.'s comments, it's social media. We are here for discussions, discourse, and opinions. All of a sudden, T.O.'s comments shouldn't have any energy given to them. Give me a break. Acting like people are trying to attack him or something. Sorry. We just have a negative opinion of comments like that. Illmatic, man. Man, I wish I could send you a super chat or a donation for that one, bro. I wish I could send you something for that, man. But Illmatic, I'm rocking with what you're saying. I'm Puerto Rican, and that's some BS right there. T.O. needs to be woken up. I'm glad to see we got somebody in the community. Somebody is Puerto Rican, even though T.O. is Honduran. Somebody is Puerto Rican saying, and that's some BS right there. One like. This is shameful. SMH, dude think it's just about a word. Exactly. Keep disrespecting me. I can take it. So, Tim, a man can call your mama, your wife, your kids, all kind of names, and you're okay with it? This the reason people disrespect us with impunity right here. So if you ignore the slurs, people stop saying it. FOH. What I say? I could go on and on, man, but I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this, and then you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna open up the panel, man, and we can have a discussion if somebody really want to talk about it. But I'm gonna say this, man. The only way I can say it, and it's gonna be a real harsh analogy, right? But let's just say, hypothetically, this did not happen. Let's just say somebody finally landed a Tank interview, right? And they asked Tank, so man, like we know you came, we know Roach wasn't your first option. How did you arrive at that? Right? How did you arrive at Roach, man? Because the fans want to know. It's mixed reviews on it. People know that Roach is a champion. He's not that known, but they do know that he's in 30. He's moving up to 35. How'd you arrive at fighting Lamont Roach? Right? And Tank say, Well, Loma, they say, yeah, because wasn't Loma your first choice? What if Tank said, I don't know why that cracker don't want to fight me and get some cheese? You know what would happen on the internet? You know what happened? You know what would happen on the internet? Now we know Loma is not a snack that accompanies soup, but we damn sure know that neither Terrence Bud Crawford nor Gervonta Tank Davis are truly monkeys. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of black people that don't even like bananas. For real. They eat them because they know they're healthy, but they don't like them. They got to put them in something, or they might like a banana something, like a banana smoothie or a banana something, but they don't like bananas, bro. But you know what would happen to the internet if Tank says something like that? I guarantee you every goddamn channel on YouTube will have that in where they would have a caption and a thumbnail saying that we need to boycott. Tank needs to be stopped. It needs to be shut down. So don't sit up here and act like don't sit up here and act like people are tripping. What I tried to say was, like, I'm not a Karen, so I'm saying T.O. didn't need to get canceled, but he do need to get smoked. Who was going to do it? Was it going to be Tank? Was it going to be Tank or Bud? Because I'm not. But then I also understand I understand the theory or the concept to where, why should he earn a big payday? Because we know he's gonna get a good payday with Tank if they fight. You know what I'm saying? As far as Bud and A-Side and all that, we don't know. We know he's gonna get paid handsomely, but we don't know if it's gonna be like boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. Because he'll be like, Bud will be extending the olive branch to give him the opportunity. So I understand the argument to where it's like, why should we give him a payday? But like that commenter said, so they could just say everything that they want to say with impunity, but we got to get called into the red carpet to explain. You say something about that LGBT alphabet community, your ass is getting on the red carpet and you're going to explain that. You say something like that guy said about the small hats, your ass is going to get on every platform. Y'all see what they did to Jamie Foxx? Jamie Foxx got right on there and said, listen, man, I'm not anti nothing, man. Like, listen, man, you know what I'm saying? They called his ass the dude who played Ray Charles, y'all. Think he playing Tyson too. They made him come down to the red carpet and explain yourself. We don't have that. And for people to turn the blind eye, to act like that, oh man, look, where we at? We in 2024. You still letting people get you riled up? It's like, no, we're not letting people get us riled up. Some of us are just saying, like, look at this. So when somebody like this, like, cause let's put it like this. I can go back and play a video for you when I was digging off in Devin's ass, no diddler, about that comment that he said about how he would never let her beat him. I was one of the ones saying, you can't say that kind of stuff, man. That's the problem with you. That's one of the reasons why I said he had one of the most toxic fan bases in boxing. Number one. Because when he said that, somebody needed to check him, but the people around him, just like everything else, enabled him or allowed him to feel comfortable saying and doing that. Look at him now. So when Devin said something to that nature, when he said, I'll never let, and people say Lomachenko arguably beat him. If Loma wouldn't have took off, damn sure, if Loma wouldn't have coasted at the end and thought he had it in the bag and he would have finished that 12th round strong, Loma would have won that fight. But he said, I thought I was ahead. I thought I had it in the bag. So, I probably could have pressed on the gas a little bit at the end. But Devin invested to his body. That's one of the fights where I saw a lot of things that Devin did great. And he surprised me with the body work, but I also seen the overall performance. And I said, oh, okay, well, yeah, he ain't have no answer once Loma figured him out. He ain't had no game plan. And you saw him go off in the corner and say, Dad, I think he figured me out. But I was one of the ones when Devin said that statement about never letting her beat him. I did a video and said, we can't be doing that, man. It's no place in boxing talk for that. If you're around him, chastise him. So don't come around now when I'm sitting up here saying that we need to say stuff and nip shit like this, like what T.O.'s doing in the bud. Don't come out now and say, oh man, look at you. No, I keep it consistent. I keep it a buck. 10 times 10. It ain't no other way. I can't put on. I don't know how to act. Especially like I bring this up all the time, man. Being in the military, man, you dealing with all kind of different people, man. And there's a little bit of it here and there. That's more in the power structure and how people get promoted and who's going to boards and how they do stuff like that. But really, we don't look at it like that, man. Especially in wartime situation. You like, man, you ain't, I mean, whether it's Valdez or Jenkins in your foxhole, you just want Valdez or Jenkins to be a stand-up soldier, and, you know what I'm saying, and do what they supposed to do in the foxhole. So in boxing talk, when you hear it, we know it's there. I just think that when you got a platform, man, and you're not using it to come up with solutions, you're just using it to brush it or sweep it under the rug. Pretty soon, you ain't gonna be able to open up the door because there's so much shit up under the rug that you done swept up under there. Can't nobody get in or out the door. You just in the way. I thought I'd be real, man, and come out here and speak to this, man. I thought I'd be real and come out here and speak to this, man, and say that, man, we gotta do better, man. And I don't know what the purpose of a month and a half later, him coming out asking Tim Bradley about it, and Tim Bradley ain't really have shit, real, like nothing legitimate to say about it, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, man. Remember, this is fact-based, not opinion-based, man. These are facts. I'm putting this out here. I'm probably not gonna go live. I'm probably not gonna go live tonight. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing at 8 o'clock, but I'm in one of them places where boxing is so weird. I'm allowing myself to be a fan and kind of observe everything right now. And I do that from time to time. I'll take a little break. I'll analyze some things. But I'm probably not gonna go live unless, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna look back over my things and what I got on the table. And some of the visuals I've been working on, and see if it's anything that really like compels me to come back on later. But if anybody have any real opinion or anything to add to this, okay. C-Dub, what's up, man?
Hey man, I hear you cooking right now, but I don't know where to start, man. Like, you know, Tim Bradley, man. I don't know why he's trying to stick up for T.O., you know, because if it was a black man to say something like that, it'll be definitely be a problem, you know what I mean, Body?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's okay when somebody else be racist like that. Not racist, basically, but, you know, more like, you know, he just speaking his mind, you know. But when we speak our mind, it's a problem. You know, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. So
Exactly.
That's how I look at that same thing with Tim. And he lied about, you know, man, if his girls at school heard the N-word, they at home crying to him, and he gets upset. I don't believe Tim with all that Body, you know. And then you know, like I said, like with the you know, the white people, you know, I don't have no races in my bone either, but I do hear them say a lot of you know, they say the N-word a lot when they talking, You know, I hang out with a lot of black people, but it's cool. I can say it because I hang around with black people, or they say, oh, I have family members, they black, so I have the right to say it, you know. And I don't understand that. Like I do have family members that's white and black, but they don't even use it. But you know, but some, like at my workplace, they be using it. Like, what's up, you know, and whatever. I'm like, man, you know, don't let me start putting jokes on your butt, because that's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm a clown. I'll be a clown. I'll be nice till you cross the line, you know. And they don't like that. Oh, you up here talking mess. Okay, you need to stop talking your mess. You won't get this baked grease on you. You understand? If you stay in your lane. You know, but these guys here, they think it's cool. Like, you know, I like everybody, you know, Mexicans, black, Chinese. Like I said, I ain't racist, but when it gets to that point of, you know, you guys disrespecting us, you know, as my race, you know, or you this and that. No, that's when I cross the line. And I tell you, hey man, you know, you want me to roast you? What you want? You know, so let me ask
you this, C-Dub. You said Tim like to criticize black fighters more than anybody, and you know why. Elaborate on that if you got anything on that.
What I mean is that if Terrence Crawford came out right and called T.O. a monkey, let's say it's the other way around, Tim Bradley would be like trying to defend T.O., you know what I mean? He'll try to offend, you know, say, oh, why you say that, Terrence Crawford, and He always talk. He always have the black fighters in his mouth, like one of my favorite fighters, Jahai Tucker. He always have his name in his mouth. Shakur Stevenson, he always have his name in his mouth. Mm-hmm. Terrence Crawford, he always have his name in his mouth. But when it goes to other fighters like T.O., let me see who else. Loma.
Loma is the biggest one. Loma, like, he don't say nothing. Like, I was surprised when he said it's a duck. That's why I did that video where he said it's a duck. Like, Tim said Loma was a duck. That was the only time I ever heard him. And it was one, I don't know if they called his ass to the red carpet and spanked his tail, but that's the only time I ever heard him. But check this out. This is my example. You know what I'm saying? Since Tank is one of my guys, remember when Tank got in his situation, he did it. He is one of the ones that are still openly saying, oh man, domestic violence and this and this and that. And it's like, well, if you look at the case and what happened, no, it was not. Like, but he's one of the front runners and keeping that conversation going. That's why whenever you watch when this fight come up, you're gonna see people in the comments saying, man, ain't nobody supporting this fight, man. He painting his nails and wear purses and he's a woman beater. And Tim is one of the ones that pioneers that conversation every time. And that's what I be saying. So how are you so passive when T.O. give you all the ammunition in the world to dig in his ass like a gerbil, but you pioneer when it comes to some shit hating on Tank?
Yeah, he does.
So I don't like it. I would rather if you don't have anything to add, like as far as Tim, if Tim doesn't have anything to add that's going to actually give us some more solvent solutions when addressing these things, or something that we can walk away with, or some kind of procedure, or something to go along with the code when these things kind of happen, I would rather him just not say anything, man. And for Sean Zittel, this shows you that this is what they do. See, they'll set the little pile of woods and twigs and everything up, and then they'll put a little match up under it with a long ass string, and they'll light it, and they'll have somebody else come on there and set it off. Then they ride in and be like, oh man, and look what we got. Cause look at all them people in the comments. This is what they do, man. It's like, why out of all that thing, you got 14 minutes, but Tim say, hey man, I got 15 minutes. What's going on? You bring that up. You a month and a half late. Why that? What's going on with Top Rank right now? What's going on with this fighter? If you're gonna talk about T.O., what's going on with his litigation? Like, is he going to be able to fight? Is it realistic to be saying that anybody's ducking Tio right now because he's in litigation? Why are you not talking about that? You talking about the monkey shit because you know it's going to get a rise out of everybody, but you don't have no real solutions about it.
Yeah. And hey, but I wanted to ask you this too. So, you know, Stevenson, he called his bluff, right? He told him, he said, man, you know, he be on that ear set and the white folks be telling him what to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, I don't know if he's a sellout or is he you know, I don't want to call him my Uncle Tom. I don't want to call my people that, but is he a sellout?
No. I don't want it to get confused. Like, I actually have a lot of respect for Tim Bradley, believe it or not. And I think that outside of him playing this company game, I think that he would actually be cool. Like, because who you marry and who you with and all that, that's your business and whatever. We seen it. All in the military, all of that. If you had any experiences, like, I mean, I don't think it was, you know, speaking personally, like, man, as far as relationships and being involved and seeing, like, all of that's one thing. I just think that Tim Bradley is in this purgatory of being a company man, bro.
Okay.
And it's just like I can speak more freely now that I don't have to go into the company that I was going into. Now I'm solo dolo. I could say whatever I want, but for the longest time I couldn't say what I wanted because somebody could take that and then I wouldn't have a job. Tim is just if Tim pulled if Tim Bradley pulled an Andre Ward, he wouldn't have to talk like that. I think he's in the purgatory of being a company man, and because he's a company man, he's got to try to find that fine line. And then when he's not with Top Rank and he get over there with Zittel, he just try to make it spicy enough or try to get a little message out that's not really it's not full throttle with how he is. I think that once he gets away from Top Rank and you actually really get to hear Tim gonna be like, listen, man, I couldn't talk about this shit, but now I'm gonna bust it down. I'm just like, well, look, avoid the tough questions then for now. Be a company man, but I think that's really what it is. I don't think he's an Uncle Tom. I just think that he's a company man. And you got to do certain things for a company. I can't say certain things when I'm representing a company and people know I work for this or that. I have to conduct myself because I could lose my job. That's what's buttering the bread. So that's what I believe about him, man. That's my personal belief.
I mean, I didn't call him. I said I was.
No, not you. I ain't saying you did, but I've heard people say stuff like that about him, and he even said it in his video. I don't think he is. I just think that he's a company man, and he's not going to say anything that's going to rub the powers that be, because they have handlers too. He's not going to say anything to rub his handlers wrong and the people that cut his check wrong. You see what somebody said in the comment? He said, man, the small hats cut your check. And I was like, bingo. As long as they cutting your checks, man, you don't have a true First Amendment, bro. You can't say whatever you want. And I think that's where Tim is at right now, man. It's time he either got to shit or get off the pot. And I think as long as he's under that Top Rank banner and he's playing by those rules and he's a company man where he got to toe the line and do certain things, you're never going to see the real true Tim Bradley.
Oh, okay, because that's what I see. Fake. I see a fake God. Me, you know, he had to flip flop and pretend a lot of stuff. So that's what I see about Tim Bradley. I don't really respect his opinion that much no more like I used to, you know. So, you know, I just see past it.
I like the way you think, though. See, I like the fact that you express yourself, man. We in a lack of a better word, we're in a pussy fire era, man, where people that's why I said my channel is silence is consent. It ain't gonna always get the congregation jumping for joy, but we're gonna keep it all the way a buck. We can disagree, we can agree, we can get off into this and that, but we're gonna speak our mind. And I like the way you communicate. I like the fact that you express yourself and you're genuine with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't change, bro. What's up, AC?
What's good, man? Salute to everybody on the panel. Salute to the chat, man. Good topic here. My take on Timothy Bradley.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm not gonna pretty much land my plane in the field of he's a company man. He's an agenda-driven man, and sometimes that allows you to have strange bedfellows and to be able to absorb and work with people you wouldn't normally work with, or say things you wouldn't normally say, because you have an end goal to all of this. And for me, Timothy Bradley's end goal to all of this is to go down as one of the best commentators, one of the actual go-to guy when it comes down to anything boxing. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you look at a Sean Porter kind of knows, I really don't want to go and hop that fence and run around in that field and play in that sandbox with those guys, because they're gonna have me say a bunch of weird shit that I'm not really down with. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Andre Ward. And if you often look back at history between times of where you can hear clear dissent of what Andre Ward feels about some crazy shit Timothy Bradley just said. You feel what I'm saying? So Timothy Bradley, he'll say something weird, and then Andre Ward will be like, nah, I don't think it's that at all. I just think it's and he'll break it down from that perspective, not feeling like, listen, I get where you trying to go with this, and you haven't walked the path that I walked, because I had to walk through the discredit of being biracial for a long time. So Timothy, you've never had to face that kind of opposition. So does other people feel Timothy Bradley is a coon? You might be just overusing a word too much, because it's easy to go there when you just look at it. But when you do a deep dive, just like the example you made, you get Timothy Bradley alone with no cameras, no recording information. That nigga will come clean. He will sing like a mobster trying not to go to jail and shit like that. That he gonna tell you all, like, hell no. Listen, I spoke with Bob, I fuck with Bob. That dude's a downright fucked up racist, but he knows how to cover it just for the sake of business. Yada yada yada, and all of this other kind of shit. I'm telling you, all of these niggas is rocking like that. So if you gonna call him this, then you gotta call him this, even though he's still a black man, but he's still raping these niggas, and that's what they all fucking do. You gonna hear a Timothy Bradley that's gonna make you. Let me put it to you like this. Remember the Dave Chappelle skit. His most famous Dave Chappelle kit, and I can't believe I just brain farted on the dude.
Clayton Bigsby?
Huh?
You talking about Clayton Bigsby?
No. When he was with old boy that be on the other comedian dude. He was like, y'all gonna have what's the name? Smack a motherfucker.
Rick James?
No. Why am I brain farting on this guy's name? God damn it, bro. Like, it's gonna come to me and I'm gonna wind up texting you like Wayne Brady.
Oh yeah. Perfect analogy.
That's that right there. That Wayne Bradley impersonation is Tim Bradley when you get him by himself. He out here pimping. He out here doing all kind of crazy shit for real. So that's where you get the real Tim Bradley. So when I look at Tim Bradley, there's a certain level of tolerance that I give him, because I understand where you're trying to go. I understand what you're trying to do. You the dude that's trying to get an ESPY award or some shit like that for boxing commentating.
He got aspirations.
Yeah, you got bigger aspirations than what people want to give you credit for, and they just want to dwindle it down into something being racial.
Let me ask you something.
He a coon.
Let me ask you something, AC. When you think about the thing that Tim Bradley say, is he a spokesperson for black people? Would you say he's a spokesperson for black people?
That's where it gets a little tricky, because you kind of wonder what his intentions are when it comes down to certain things with what he says concerning black people. Now, you get him in front of a certain audience, he'll be hard on it, because he's like, no, I'm only saying this because I care about my people, and we ain't hard on ourselves, then this and that. Yeah, but these motherfuckers got their boots and their knee in our neck. Nigga, why'd you going that hard? So
Yeah.
I think his intentions are, I want to be that for black people, but he's not risen, he's not ascended to that level to where he can speak freely without the weird ass criticism. Like his always has to be binary. Yes, but no, but.
Yeah.
So it's hard to call him. It's hard to call him. At times I think he has black fighters' best intentions, and there are other times that I'm just like, okay, so you're doing the company thing and you're doing the thing that all the rich black people tend to do when it comes down to other misfortunate black people, where you feel it is your duty to tell them your path, not the path that's best for them, but your path.
That taking the high road shit. Like, don't you? Ain't it kind of weird that motherfuckers always want to take the high road when there's some difficult shit? I always been the one that they said was like, even though I wasn't a troublemaker, well, I was one of the ones that's like, nah, man, you ain't gonna be able to do that. You ain't gonna. But boy, I love how people always love to take the high road when it's a real tough, gritty. Where if you take a certain stance, you know what I'm saying, you might get some backlash, but your shoulders are built for it.
Yeah.
I don't like that take the high. I'd rather you say nothing, man. I think he shouldn't have stepped. I think he stepped in the pile of shit. Sean Zittel brought him in. Very clever by Sean Zittel for doing it. But I don't like that take the high road approach, man.
Me neither.
I don't like that either, man. Too many people turning their head body. I don't like that either.
They say all it takes for evil to prevail.
I wanted to ask
for men to remain silent.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Once you can speak out about something and still keep your job. You feel what I'm saying? Because it comes to a saying. Say what you mean what you say. So what's the problem in me exercising my First Amendment right? And just to go to somebody in the comments, actually, hate speech is protected by the First Amendment. This is why people don't go after the Ku Klux Klan. This is why people don't go after some of these other types of militia groups that are here in the U.S. because you can call me a nigga. You can call me a nigga 24/7. Niggas. But that doesn't mean there are consequences outside of your protection of free speech, which comes down to who is going to carry your shit. There's a platform for that. Go over to Truth Social.
AC, that's what I was about to ask you, man. You a chef, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know you deal with a whole bunch of people, right? Black, Mexicans, Chinese, Japanese,
all
right? Have they called you out of your name over to anybody? That's what I'm asking. That's what my question with you.
Yes. I've had Italian dudes call me out of my name. You feel what I'm saying? And I've had Chinese dudes call me out of my name, and I'm not even gonna lie. In my earlier days, let's say before I turned 40, I went after them niggas. Like I'm throwing plates, I'm throwing knives, I'm throwing all kind of shit at you. Even if there's a bunch of motherfuckers blocking me. It's like, you're not gonna speak to me like that. And I don't give a fuck if you say, well, after you, I ain't never hiring another black guy or brown skinned dude. I'm like, that doesn't matter. We shouldn't be working here with your racist ass anyway. So I'm happy to be the motherfucker to shut this door and have you scared of us. You feel what I'm saying? So that used to be my attitude. You feel what I'm saying? I've had Chinese people, just literally tell the owner, listen, he's black. What is he gonna teach me about Chinese food?
Oh man.
and the owner's just sitting there, and he's like, the owner's Chinese too, so I'm just sitting there with the owner like, okay, if that's the case, then look, you here. If there's not a line at the door in 2 weeks, I walk away. But if there's a line at the door, you either quit or you shut your fucking mouth and never complain about anything that I do moving forward. And you address me as Sifu, which means master in Chinese. You feel what I'm saying? So the dude look at me and he's like, yeah, okay. First dish I make, send it out to a customer. Everybody in there is like, whoa. The entire kitchen comes in, looks at the people eating, and they're like, oh, okay, this dude is real. He's for real. He knows how to use a wok. He knows how to clean a wok. He knows how to do all of this. And it's letting your work have the loudest voice. That's what I had to learn. Because coming from Brooklyn and being in the neighborhoods that I grew up in and still live in, it was just like, don't get at me like that. But then when I wanted to learn, and then I gave myself a true live agenda, it was like, okay, I could go that route, but I don't get the job done and I can't put this place on my resume. All right, I'll deal with that. But these are my rules. Since you have me in this hostile environment, the minute this shit starts to make really good money and I show you my feasibility and everything, you're gonna come out your pocket and you're gonna pay like you weigh, bro. I promise you that. Or I walk in the middle of all of this shit and you close down. It's just that simple.
Hey, Body, what about you? Have you ever had somebody call you the N-word? Or talk they shit, whatever. How'd it go?
Yeah, I have an experience, man, because I was in the military, right? I went in when I was 17, and my first duty station was El Paso, Texas, which is basically it's damn near Mexico. We used to sneak over and go to Juarez and club, and come back. And when I was in the Army, I had a part-time job, and I was working at a Circle K, and I was doing the cashier thing, and I came. This little girl came in. She was buying some ice cream, and she looked sad, man. Like she looked like something was really wrong. And I was like, cheer up. It's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? You be all right. I was like, why you look so sad or something like that? Just trying to cheer the little girl up. And this cholo came in. And he was tatted. He was tatted up. He had tattoos all over. And I was, they say the young adder spit too much venom. You know what I'm saying? I was young. So I wasn't looking at the telltale signs. And this dude was tatted up. I'm talking about from neck. Everywhere you look, this man had a tattoo on. He came up to me. She put her money up. I exchanged her out, gave her a change, sent her on her way. I was like, it'll be all right, cheer up, And this dude came up to me, he was like, she don't got a smile for you. Like, who are you? She don't got a blah, blah, blah. And I was like, first of all, I was talking to a little girl, I was trying to cheer her up, and then he said something else. I said, you know what? I said, I get off at 9:00. I said, I'll be here. I said, I don't care are you gonna come back? I said, I'll get off at 9:00. I was a young hothead. I had an attitude problem, like bad. I used to fight all the time, man. I used to punch people in the face on the last day of school. Like, I had it bad, man. And I'm just glad that I didn't ever do nothing too crazy. But I got off. I sat around outside of Circle K thinking this dude was gonna come back for a half an hour. I was waiting. And I'm like, I was looking at it like, well, and so that's kind of been my experience. And I've seen it here on YouTube here recently, which gives me a reminder of it. But like, it's gonna be ironic, man, but the most racial experiences I've had have not been with white people, bro. it's been with Latin people. And I look at Latin people like, man, like, listen, man, you already know it's only a couple degrees of separation from us. It's like, it's pretty much where the boat landed or what you want to claim, or somehow, some way, you got some melanin in you, somehow, some way. But my most racist experiences have been with Latin people. Ain't that ironic?
Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all gonna trip the fuck out. Mine have been with I could probably say my own kind, black folks,
or that
black folks, because I lived on one side of town in Long Island. The other side of town was a little bit more affluent. I'm dating this chick that was, she was hot for me. So I go over there. She's like, no, I really want you to meet my parents, so everything's cool. So when you come and pick me up, it ain't no problems, this, and that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll come over there and meet him. I'm over there, right? I'm sitting in the living room. The mom's comes out, and she's like, how you doing, young man? I'm like, how you doing? She tells me her name. I'm like, all right, Miss Ewan. I'm happy to meet you, blah, blah, blah. You feel what I'm saying? First question she asks me is, does my mother and father have a job, and what do they do for a living? Now, I'm just coming straight from Brooklyn, New York. I've never, you got a chick in Brooklyn, it's just you and your girl. So I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. I'm like, yeah, they got a job. Like, the hell is you asking me? You feel me? Now, mind you, I'm just like body work. But I didn't give a fuck. I curse out an old lady, a lady. I didn't give a fuck. There was no filters. I'm like AB on steroids. Dead ass. So she's like, so I'm giving her like a screw face, and she's like, why are you giving me that face? And I was like, because I've never been asked such a stupid question. What difference does it make where my parents work? In fact, I don't even live with my parents. I stay with my aunt and uncle. My father's a second story man who robbed businesses. You feel what I'm saying? My mother, I really don't know her. My pops raised me, a criminal, a felon. So she was like, oh my God, then you can't date my daughter. I said, listen, I had no intentions on dating your daughter. I just like the little bit of time we spend together when she comes over my house, if you know what I mean. She's like, oh, you're disrespectful. Let me go get her father. I was like, the fuck he gonna do but get his ass whipped in this living room? You came at me with all of this stupid shit, and now you expect me to be nice to y'all? So the lady knows my aunt that works at the school. So she calls my aunt, yo, little Michael is so goddamn disrespectful. I don't know what y'all raise. She's like, listen, first of all, I don't raise him. He lives with my brother Clinton. So I'm more like, you know what? Yo, Erica, listen here. I'm about to break out. If you want to come with me, it's all gravy. If not, I really don't give a fuck. And you're cursing in my house. I was like, listen, you've already showed that this place is a fortress of disrespect. And I was smart as hell with it. So I was just like that. And I said, listen, you know what? I apologize for my outburst. I'll just leave your house. Y'all have a good day. And I just walked out, bro. When it came down to restaurant business and me trying to help other chefs, it was, oh, you don't know shit. Yo, you this. I'm like, listen, I'm not the chef to buy cars. I buy cooking equipment. This way I hone my skill at my house. While you out here driving around and trying to look pretty, I'm working on recipes and making stuff, being creative. That's why I'm going to be 50 places where you're not. So it was always that. And that's been my pet peeve. And the one thing that I've always wished I could overcome in this cooking shit is the ability to be able to work with another chef of color and we both do great work. I can't, that it just doesn't happen because there's this ego thing. Oh, well, I drive a BMW, so I should be the one leading this thing. And I'm like, okay, so do you know what molecular gastronomy is, and do you know how to work with hydroxylides? Molecular what? Nah, I don't fuck with nothing like that. I'm just cornbread and grits type nigga. And I'm like, yeah, then we can't work together, bro. I apologize. And it's not me trying to be elitist or anything, but I'm just trying to show that there are chefs of color outside of white chefs that can reach that pinnacle of being, you know, at least within the top 100 best chefs in the world. And when you look at that list, there ain't there one of them black. Ain't not a near one of them black. Bunch of Latin dudes, some Asian dudes. You feel what I'm saying? And that's about it. So I want to be the guy to break that glass ceiling and hopefully work with somebody and break that glass ceiling. But outside of that, bro, this shit is crazy out here.
I think you know, we do have black chefs, but we need to give them more opportunities to be chefs. They give it to you know who, but that's another story. You know, that's another story. So
yeah, it's difficult. It's extremely difficult. This is why when you look at black chefs and then you take it to tech companies, there are plenty of black tech companies, but they ain't recognized for nothing.
I just think it's harder for us to, you know, that's how I look at it. I think it's harder for our the cooks like the black chefs to get in because we don't give us the opportunity to show what we could do. You know, they always put us on the side.
You get outside the US, you could do some amazing things as a black chef, especially in Copenhagen, Germany, France, the UK. You can do some amazing things. It's then once you step back here, once you step back in the USA, that's when you're gonna run into the situations because, again, is a black tech company as good as a white tech company? When you look at Black Planet versus Facebook versus MySpace, you feel what I'm saying? And they try to use these metrics where they say, well, this was a black-owned company and it didn't do well. That was a black-owned company and it didn't do well. But it's like, yeah, do you know how many white companies don't even get to get where this black company has gotten? So all we're looking for is funding. Yeah, but it's your business model and
Yeah.
See,
you see the same thing on Shark Tank. They're gonna tell you it's your business model.
See, AC, I believe, like, you know, for us, like the black people, right, to do better, I feel like we should do like what Paris Hilton's grandpa did for them. You know, own something, don't hate on each other, and then bring it down. But we hate on each other too much. Hey, we need to start trying to build up.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, here's a thought for you. The other day, I was talking to my girl, right? And we were just talking about the whole voting population. Now, this has nothing to do with voting, and it's not going to go into a different direction. Basically, I said, listen, peep this. A lot of people who even go into business don't understand the value of $1, a quarter, a dime, a nickel, and a penny. I said, let's just take the voting block. They said 300 million people voted. Now, that's not a representation of how many people are actually in the US, but just that 300 million people who are registered voters now and participated in the election. Now, if each one of them had a bank account and you asked them to donate 1 penny, and that's just a voting block, just 1 penny of 300 million, how much money would you have? And she was like, wow, that's crazy. I never thought of it like that. And I said, yeah, so when you talk about funding black projects, right? And you reach out to everyone. You keep the number small enough that the number would be insignificant. The number to whereas people would laugh. What, a nickel? The fuck is you gonna, man? How you gonna ask somebody for a nickel or a penny? Because it takes 100 of them motherfuckers, 100 pennies to make $1. You feel what I'm saying? It takes 20 nickels to make $1. Once you have $1, that's $1. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, understand that power. Understand that power. Just putting something together to where you only ask a person for no more than 5 cents as a donation. See how much money you make in 1 year. Okay, that's the power of a penny and a nickel. But motherfuckers that act like it's nothing. But it is something collectively. I said, this is where the businessman in me would say, you know what? Once I get my company and I start to reach out to people and really start to tell them how to build what they're doing and create this type of wealth. If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business.
See, this is a small thing to piggyback off you. See, I know just from the couple times we talked, you understand wealth principles. See, people understand, like, people got their eyes on getting rich, but that's totally different than wealth principle. Like Robert Kiyosaki, and surprisingly, Donald Trump kind of got in cahoots with Robert Kiyosaki, and I used to read a lot of Robert Kiyosaki books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and all that. And that's really when I started tapping into wealth principles. As a people, we don't understand how wealth is. Like, we don't understand that if you make $100, but then $20, people are like, what's $20? But if you make $100 every day or every other day and you putting away 20, I was trying to tell my cousin who was in the street, he, I didn't know how well his math was or if he could read or whatever, but he was out there in them streets. And I said, listen, I had to break it down. I said, when you go out there and you do whatever, take whatever you got, divide it up into 10, and that stays in the stash. That way, when you go back out the next day, you can go back out with everything but that 10th. That one, take one of them sections of that 10th after it's divided. Like, here, put $1 here, $1 here, $1, whatever it is, 20 here, 20 here, 20 here. Take one of them piles, the 10th of it. If you divide them up into 10, you put that back in the shoebox. When you go back out, you can take everything, because he would go back out every day and then be like, sometimes it's a bad day and then he broke. I'm like, nah, that would never happen. But it's so simple. It's a wealth principle, and we don't get that. But let me bring it home, because you said something before C-Dub asked you a question that I wanted to chime in on. I'm gonna give you a little brief story, right? When like here recently, I was on HVAC, and these are the things we got to contend with. I was in HVAC, and this is why I'm speaking to this, because this is why I wanted Tim to really jump in and say something of pertinence and address this shit the way it needs to be, because amongst our own, we already have things like what I'm getting ready to tell you that's already splintering on us, and it's the stupidest shit in the world. I was working HVAC, right? And I'm one of the techs that everybody come to and tell their problems, or oh man, we need to do this, we need to do that. And I'm like, look, man, well, y'all need to speak up in the company meeting, because I'm tired of being the bad guy. They say, anybody got anything? And at the end of the day, nope, everybody looking around each other like mute mouses, ain't saying shit. And I'm the only one to say, well, yeah, hold on, let me say this, because I'm speaking on behalf of somebody that came to me either last week or earlier in the week, and they told me these things, but they too pussy to say something about it in the meeting. And so I'm always the one actually saying something. And it got to the point where I said, they would come to me and salute Smoke. I'm gonna get to you. I'm just gonna give us a little example and then open it up to you. But I was talking to people, and I was like, man, it's gonna be a problem if y'all don't say nothing. I said, man, this next time we get in the meeting, man, if nobody don't say nothing, don't look to me. Don't look to me. The last time I was in there, like the day after, it was the day I quit. This was the day I quit, y'all. Like, I was so frustrated with the company and what was going on and how crazy it was. Now, this is $1 million company, and the same thing happened. They put it out. They put out. Hey man, anybody got anything? And the dude who asked the question, as soon as he said, "Anybody got anything?" The dude that was heading the meeting, he looked right at me. I said, why? I'm in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck he looking at me? So I was kind of pissed and I wanted to quit him, but I remember one of the dudes who came to me just like 3 days before the meeting. We were sitting out because they had booked us on this appointment. They sent him there. He's a burner tech. I'm an HVAC tech, but I did a little bit of burner tech too. And so I'm like, what we here for? Oh, we just here to do a PM. I'm like, well, why they send 2 people here to do that? I can do this shit by myself. Like, and it's not a burner thing. Like, they don't need HVAC or like anybody. Either one of us could just do a basic PM, a basic preventive maintenance, making sure everything working, checking, you know what I'm saying, checking everything out, seeing if there's anything leaking or any kind of deficiencies or whatever. That's all it is. I recall like it was yesterday that we was just 3 days before, about 3 days before the meeting, like on that Monday, he was just saying, listen, man, we got to say something in the meeting. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm like, I said, you know, I'm willing to say something in the meeting. I will, because I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna speak I do have tact. You know what I'm saying? I have calmed down a lot. You know, I'm not the same guy I was when I was like 22 or 25. I'm 44. You know, so I got tact and I'm calm. I'm not a knee-jerk reactionist. But I thought back to a time to where it was another dude named Travis. He had got locks. Like in Travis, he had got like the 4 locks. He had 4 locks. Like he had got, because I was like, man, I know it ain't been that long. Because like out in the field, it'd be like, what, about, shit, it was about 15 of us, 13, 15 of us. I'm like, we be on jobs together sometime, but we don't see each other every day because we not always on the same jobs, or we might not be at the shop at the same time. So we don't see, it be like, it might be a week or 2 or 3 or maybe a month before we actually run into each other, either at the shop or on the job. And I was like, damn, I was like, when did Travis grow locks? And I'm like, anyways, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna bust his bubble about it, but like, he liked the locks and I have locks. So I'm like, but see, on my job, you couldn't really tell I had locks because the way I wore my hair, and that's why I kind of do it when I'm on the channel most of the time. But I used to wear a hat. I used to pull them back, wear a cap, put them all back, and then have it straight down. I either have a hoodie or a hat, some kind of hat. So you really couldn't tell unless you was really like all on me. Like you really couldn't tell I had them. But I'm talking to my man. I'm talking to my guy at work. And we're laughing and joking one day. The guy Rick, the one who was saying, man, we got to talk about this in the meeting, older gentleman. So I'm talking to him, and somehow I don't know how Travis came up, and he's like, yeah, man, Travis cool. He was like, but you know, he just got them damn locks in his head.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, he cool, but he got them damn locks in his head. And I'm sitting there like, hold on. I done disguised it so well that they didn't even know I had them. But he's telling me that guy is cool. This other black guy, he's cool, but he got them damn locks in his head. And I'm thinking, I got locks in my goddamn head.
So you've been there with that one too.
So you see the dumb shit that be like, if you say that if one person say I'm Muslim and the other person say I'm Catholic, that's a separation. If you ever been on a job like myself, I say, hey, look, I don't eat pork. Like, so don't make no big deal about it in the meeting. But if you're gonna have something at the meeting, y'all gonna have breakfast burritos or get something, whatever, or y'all order pizza, just know that everybody don't eat pork. If you say that, that's a line that's divided. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all these lines that are divided. We have enough shit amongst our own where we're divide and separate our own selves from each other that we don't need anything else. So we don't need nobody else out there putting out shit that's going to further divide us. And that's just one of the things that we deal with. Like, so to speak to what AC was saying about how, when I said, like, man, my most experiences have been with Latin people, even though I look at them like, man, we cousins, we brothers, like y'all just like us. It just depends where the ship landed. Yeah, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. Like, some of my fighters that give that work, I advocate for. But it's too much shit amongst our own selves that's already splintering us. We don't need no help in dividing us no more. That's my point to that story.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Smoke.
Go ahead,
what's up, man?
Same old shit, man. Just chilling. What you talking about today?
I'm talking about how the fact that Sean Zittel brought up this monkey shit about a month and a half too late, and Tim Bradley wants to take the high road and just ignore shit. And I'm like, nah, man, like you might as well just not have said anything at all, man, because I think Sean's intentions on bringing it up was to get something, and he didn't get the reaction he was, so he just rolled Tim's coattails. So I was talking to the community about how I felt, and I'm like, listen, man, I don't like when people take the high road on shit like this when they have a position to speak on it, when he could have just remained silent. Either remain silent and don't say nothing, but don't tell us take the high road. Like, we're not trying to counsel us. A lot of us still got love for him, but like, we need a code to where it's like, look, man, that's not acceptable, because if we say something about the small hats, if we say something about the LGBT LMNOP community, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna be called onto the red carpet. But who are you to bring this subject up and then have Tim be so high roadish? That was the main point.
Yeah.
What I seen, the nigga Teo, I'm gonna call him that. The nigga Teo doubled down on it and said it again on another interview.
Yep.
Where he didn't feel as pressed as he was gonna be pressed on. Is what it is. That's one. So we know you a bitch.
Yep.
We know you pussy, because when there was some real niggas there that was like, hey, and you looked around and you seen the staff, you was like, yeah, that monkey shit ain't gonna fly here. You was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I said some But you on a goddamn podcast with some squares and they happen for you to be there. You gonna call Bud, yeah, you're a monkey and you stand on it. How about we stand on you and we see you, nigga?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, old Timothy Bradley. Give me some ice. Old Timothy Bradley. Old company man. Mr. and D Free, if you seeing this, if you're a Philly fan, you're a Redskins fan. Mr. Donovan McNabb. Company man. Whatever the company want, he with. Timothy Bradley know he want to talk that shit because Bud is his guy. But he know he got the call, the text.
Hold on. Look at Pop. Look at those old young guys. Now he got a fresh cut.
Bro, and listen, on that note still, the only reason I'm wearing a do-rag, yo, okay, AC, how the fuck does a Dominican from Brooklyn fuck your shit up?
Hold on. What?
I'm wearing a do-rag because right here, he ain't do-rag.
Oh my God.
I gotta wait at least a week or so and then go holler at my black guy.
I hate that shit.
You know what I'm saying? He trying to tell me, get the bullshit black shit, put it in my hair. I'm like, yo, bro, just clean my beard up and make that look nice and neat. And I'm gonna pay you and get the fuck up out of here. I'm never coming in here. Never. You've been out here in the West Bubble fuck too long and you think niggas cool with that. You got an ass whooping in Brooklyn for the haircut you just got.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, boy. You don't play about that shit, boy. That's all you really got, man, is your motherfucking hairline, nigga. Like, at the end of the day.
It's like you slapped the mofungo out of a motherfucker. They fuck up your goddamn hairline.
Let me get him out the barbershop because it's 5 Dominicans and they all got razors. Y'all got it. But back to old Timothy Bradley, Mr. Company man. He got that text. Like I was on my phone. He got that text saying, hey, don't talk about that.
Yeah, so he took the high road. Yeah, that's why I say I think he'll be more liberated. I do kind of give Tim a pass to some degree, but I'm like, man, no comment on that, man. No comment on that. Until you're not a company man, if you can get the true essence of Tim Bradley and what the fuck you standing on, man, no comment, bro.
That's a company. That's the company man response he gave because he got history of him and Teo going back and forth. He got that history. Come on. You love Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? You love Shakur Stevenson. You love Bud Crawford. You know these guys out here ducking fights, taking fights that nobody wants to see. He wants to go to 54 but you're skipping 47. You're not defending your belt at 40. Like, yo, bro, let's be real. You craving for attention. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You're the least paid, least noticed. You're just the fucking least, my nigga. You're the least. You're not yeast. If we put you in the oven, you won't grow. You won't grow if we put you in the oven. If we bake, nigga, we put you in the oven and do all the ingredients right, you still come out like a flat cake. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's why I say, like, why when you got a motherfucker right in the crosshairs with more than enough ammunition, now you want to take the high road, but some shit didn't happen a couple years ago with Tank that didn't even hit the blotter as domestic violence. You are the pioneer for that. Like, make that make sense. But it ain't personal. It ain't got nothing. We don't even know if T.O. can even. You talking about people ducking T.O. We don't even know his litigation situation. Why you ain't speak about his litigation situation? Why are you taking a high road on some shit that he said and double down? He basically said if y'all was in jail, he'd take your cornbread, Tim. And you say, oh man, don't worry about him, man. What he eat don't make me shit, man.
And that's the part of where you was playing in the interview where he was like, I've been called a coon, I've been called this, I've been called that. All right. It's sometimes, man, even when you owe, you just got to check a motherfucker for saying some stupid shit. Like, listen, it's real easy for me to go back this, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to let you know it ain't going to be much more of that stupid shit you doing right there, bro.
Yeah, because
so when you don't want to deal with it, we could deal with it.
When you don't check it, when you don't check somebody or let somebody know, hey man, hey, I wouldn't do that again if I was you. If you don't do that, that gives them, they thinking it's okay. Like the first time, you know, you as a son, because we old school. Like we couldn't call, like I know these new kids now, I couldn't be like, hey Robin. My mom would be like, who the fuck you talking to? She been, you know what I'm saying? You know how you can call your parent. So, you know, if I said Robin, she, you know, if it was a good day, if I ever slipped, I never did it. But if I were to, she'd be like, oh, okay. All right, try that shit again. You know, she might let me get a pass on the first time, but let me say Robin again. Let me call her by her first goddamn name again. It's going to be consequences and repercussions. And that's how we got to treat shit. It's like, no, it's not okay to do it. We don't want you counseled. We know you got talent. We know you a head case of some sort. You know what I'm saying? You're not a full fruit basket. You know what I'm saying? You might need a couple plums and oranges in that motherfucker before you're a full head case. But we got to check the shit. When you got an opportunity in the platform, like instead of using your platform to be like, oh no, we should just ignore it, and this is the posture we need to have. Like, no, you need to be like, nah, man, that's not cool, bro. You ain't gonna get no interviews. You're not welcome over here. We ain't gonna support you until you clarify that shit up and let people know that, hey, man, yeah, you was a little bit out of pocket. No harm, no foul. Until the next time. But you ain't doing that.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. When you look at platform sizes and everything, and who's coming up, you got two dudes from the gutter, from the straight up gutter. You got one dude that gets on CNN and gets a little text, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to get some buns later.
Let me take this pink horsepower."
You feel what I'm saying? So. When you look at guys like that and then turn around and get a then get a $30 million deal, you got to say to yourself, okay, what am I doing wrong? Because here it is, I'm on these other platforms, but I can't be original or be authentic or be myself like these guys could. I'm a fighter. I should be the one who gets the pass, or who should get the pass on me going from 0 to 100 every day, all day.
Great analogy, bro.
Hey, listen. When you said that, the two guys that you was afraid to run that monkey shit in front of, right? You had Cam on CNN. Like, this is how smart Cam is. Cam knew that what they was gonna try and do.
Yeah.
Mason, listen. Mace not giving you his story for free.
Exactly.
It's not about to fucking happen. Mace probably want 30, 50, because everybody else done told their story. They done told their YouTube story deals, or you know, some of them gonna try to get a Netflix or a Hulu. But Mace is gonna get the book, the discography, the biography, and it ain't gonna be cheap, baby. He gonna confirm certain shit that people say, and then he gonna say like that person wasn't even around. So he gonna be he's Arsenio Hall to me in this point.
Yeah,
he's Arsenio Hall. Like when it comes to that, that's a whole other story. But when it comes to Tio, yo, I commented on that shit. I said 3 clowns. I said 3 clowns on a tricycle. Cause them 2 niggas were just like, yeah. The fucking geek nigga with the glasses and the bozo that don't get no back. And Tio, a fucking hit dog that's hollering. Come on, man. You the brokest. Least known. Least liked. Come on, bro. Come on. And it's been like that your whole career. You got the damn Lomachenko fight because it was an in-house fight. You weren't supposed to win. You won. Then you start acting a fool. What Bob do you? What Bob do to you? Pop. You still getting popped. You can't even get the budget. You can't even get the budget that Keyshawn, that Shakur left. They're giving that to DB3. Shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Word. That's just like a nigga that's at the spot talking about why somebody jumped on him because he was running his mouth. Maybe like he had to do me like that, or why his girl cheating right about now, or she got a better nigga when he was cheating and putting his hands on. Like, man, she had to do me like that. I was gonna get right. Shut up, nigga.
I was just playing with them girls. I was gonna get right back.
But no, like you getting busy with girls on her dollar. She leave you, now you like she had to do me like that. You couldn't even get the hoes by yourself. Yeah. This dude T.O. is a fucking loser, bro. He's a loser. He telling you how much money I made. I ain't make for this amount of much.
Cookie Monster, body work. Salute Cookie Monster.
But here's the funny part. When I got into the big debate with WCS, you feel what I'm saying, over Tio, I was like, yo, I'm telling you, man, the dude's a cornball. Don't nobody give Teofimo Lopez no rhythm in Brooklyn because we know who this dude is. The minute he get out, he gonna talk shit about y'all. He'd be the same dude that be in your crew, laughing, yucking it up. Ain't never, when we say we going to the liquor store, ain't never paid for a bottle, ain't never paid for a roll up, ain't never paid for nothing, but always show up. But then once he got out the hood, he that dude that said, yeah, when I was over there, I was that dude. All of them dudes used to wanna be like me. And we sit there
like that. I just cut somebody off like that. They're not body.
Yep.
Just cut them off.
Right.
And he tried to do some old sucker shit. He tried to do the biggest sucker shit. I said the body work. Body said, I can't believe this shit.
No, but I at the end of the day, we've all experienced those kind of dudes. You've been around long enough. You've been doing what we doing. Even if you had a military background and you still came back to the same hood, shit don't change. It may be a little thicker, it may be a little thinner, but it don't change. But sorry, go ahead, Body. My bad.
Hey, Body, man, I have to go, man. Thank you. Thanks for letting me jump on the panel. AC and Smoke, man, you guys have a good day.
You too, man.
Yeah, stay up, man. Stay
yeah, man. Keep being you, man. CW, you always welcome, brother.
For sure.
All right, man.
But at the end of the day, bro, it just kind of it gets sometimes kind of sad because you don't really have, you look for the representatives to represent where you from and things like that, or you look for someone in a certain area to have a stand-up voice. You feel what I'm saying? And that stand-up voice nobody's asking you to advocate 24/7, become, super pro-black and stuff like that, and wear unks and beads and all of that kind of crazy shit. Nobody's asking you to do that. But when there is a actual injustice, speak on it and you double and triple down on it and say, listen, you like it was said, you are not welcome to my platform until you make these changes. And there should, in those changes, there should be a formal apology to every black fighter and every black American. You made that racial statement about them, where you calling them monkeys, because if you see a black fighter like that, you see a black mother like that, you see a black daughter like that, you see a black grandmother like that.
He gonna I guarantee you, he's gonna run with a Drew Titan line like, look at him. He's calling everybody a monkey. Y'all can do that to him too.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's what I want to say, man. Because I think I know it was a couple months ago. I know my channel. I felt like my channel took a little hit because I think some people misconstrued what I was saying, because I was going for the Sabril Matias thing and all that, but I started looking at some of my Latin brothers and cousins, and I was looking at it like, man, I'm always offended by the people who, like right now, people like the shit. Hold on, let me come out. The people who are responding, like somebody just hit me. It was a response. I got a response to that message I left on Zittel's thing, and he said, "Imagine being offended with the little laughing thing." I'm like, for me, like I don't get the people that are coming out here being defensive about Tio being offensive. Like, to me, that always make me look at you like all the people like even when you hear some of the allegations and the first time somebody come out, they're like, oh man, like when people coming out defending the diddler. Oh, I'm like, I start looking at the people that's defending this like, hold on, man, I don't care what side you on, pro or against, pro or con, but it don't look right when you step out there and the first thing you're going to do is start defending. Now I'm looking at you like, hold on, man, like we need to let all the facts come out. But to my Latin people who come out and say, listen, man, y'all didn't say nothing, because this is what you see. You ain't say nothing when Devin Haney said this and this and this. I did. I was the one saying, man, nah, we don't need that in boxing, Dev. Like, you know, that's toxic, man. Like, no. I said, because if that white boy go in there and whoop your ass, like many say he did, you know what I'm saying? You can't say that. So I was right on both ways. I stood in the gap when Devin was doing and said some shit that wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that I wasn't agree with, and I'm saying something now. They got outraged back then, and now they saying, oh, you didn't say nothing back then. Well, some people were saying something back then. I keep the same energy though. So I don't like the people that the first thing they do is come out and say, oh man, like, why y'all always getting it? Well, you can't be offended by that. You not me. You not my people, brother. How can you tell me how I should feel and what I should think? Maybe you shouldn't be saying anything. Like, in those cases, don't say nothing at all.
Like, I'm gonna tell you why that shit is offensive as hell. Like I said, I go on a fucking Spanish channel, and it's not really, it's black and brown. I go over there. I don't hear no, listen, sometimes I won't even jump on. I don't hear them saying nigga.
No, that's what I'm saying. They blowing that out of proportion too. Like, I don't hear all that. Like, come on, man. I don't hear all that.
I don't hear that, bro. And they be over there talking crazy shit. Black and brown go back and forth. It ain't never about, you know, your race. It's just, man, you just a pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of my guys would be like, man, I don't care if you fucking black, green, orange, yellow, pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying? If you a fucked up person, you just a fucked up person.
Exactly, B. Thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wish your platform was as big as all these other fucking fruit baskets. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I wish both of y'all platform was as big as both those other dudes.
Just a fucked up person, bro. Like,
you just bad. Like, yeah, it don't got nothing to do with, like, you saying some fucked up shit. Like, you just a fucked up person, bro.
I've argued with Haplito. I've argued with LT. I've argued with OD. I've argued with Get the Smoke. I've argued with all of them. I've argued with Raider. But never did it come up, hey man, you know what? That's some black person shit. Unless we like really joking or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't never that. Like, I ain't never been like, that's some strict shit. I ain't never said no shit like that.
Hey, Pop and Body, yo, listen. I used to sit with my homeboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one day, we was just sitting around, and one of my homeboys was like, "Yeah, man, that's some real nigga shit right there." And I just asked him the question just to be funny, like, bro, like, what is really nigga shit? Like, let's really dive into this, because is it a culture? Is it a part of a culture that's just ratchet? You feel what I'm saying? What is it at its core? Because I want to understand. So once we got to that understanding, I just fell back and started laughing, and my homeboy, he started laughing too, and then all of us started laughing, and I said, "Are we all thinking about the same thing?" And was like, "I don't know, you say it, because I don't want to say it." I was like, "All right then, on some real shit, if this is what nigga shit really is, then it's all kind of niggas. Niggas is global.
Yeah.
You got Asian niggas.
Yeah.
You got Spanish niggas. You got Mexican niggas. You got German niggas. You got Russian niggas. You got fucking Hindu niggas. I mean,
it's a mindset. It's a mindset.
And that's where we came down. It was like, yo, it's just a mindset of just accepting the stupidest thing as fact and then wanting to double down on it or whatever, however you want to explain it. But it was just like, wow, I think we just reached a whole new level of enlightenment.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you what a white nigga is. I'm from the South.
It's a redneck.
It's a fucking redneck, bro. It's a redneck. Like just like you got some niggas is racist, some rednecks is racist. But you'll fuck around and a redneck and a nigga, if you go to their house, they got the same kind of goddamn hookup.
Yeah.
They live at the same goddamn trailer park.
Yep.
One got a double wide, one got a single wide. One got baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And the other one, you know, he got a family, and he look at his wife, just be like, God damn, I got to drink a whole lot to go in there. It's what it is, bro. That's what it is. Like, and for Tio, and he living down there, I don't know, man. Like, it's this new culture. He talking shit on platforms like, bro, say that shit round the way and think niggas won't pounce on you and won't care about if you a fucking boxer. Nigga, we trying to go viral. And then, like, you beat me up. Okay, you're a professional boxer, you're a champion. But if I get a couple off on you, or we jump you, and you know what I'm saying? We jump online. Hey, don't this chain look familiar? I got T.O.'s watch. Keep talking, bro. Just keep talking. That's why, but the shit you doing, like T.O., all right, T.O. trying to act like he don't understand. And he playing, it's the boy that cry wolf. The shit you doing and the shit that you've been doing to Bud don't cause for no boxing match, bro. It calls for, let me holler at you over here in the bathroom. Let me holler at you over here in this room where ain't no cameras in. Like, let me ask you this question straight up and out. And then, you know what I'm saying, from this question, we'll get the answer, and I'll see if you really about it like that. Like, you just calling my name out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you came out of nowhere with this shit. As soon as I start talking about Canelo, here you come. And now I see that you want Canelo to buy you out the contract. Are you a pawn? Are you like, okay, let me explain something to you. You're not the pawn that's gonna take down this king. I'm gonna fuck you up over here on round the corner where the camera can't see. Yeah, you don't want to fight me outside of the ring because you see how much I deadlift. You know I deadlift your ass right up off your goddamn feet onto the ground. And then, bruh, and then I'm gonna sit on your chest with my knees in your chest, and I'm gonna have target practice on your face, and you swear real easy. I have really big hands. Is this what the fuck you want?
Exactly. But here's the funny part. How do you just simply move past you being in the gym, and if the alleged story is 100% true, because I've never seen him come out and deny the story that Keyshawn knocked your pops out.
Yeah.
How do you move on for that and then call somebody a monkey, knowing that your bitch ass was there and he knocked your pops out, and y'all let that man get up, walk up out of that gym like everything was all right?
Why you ain't calling Keyshawn a monkey?
But even in the thing when he first jumped out there, because I think I caught him in 3 lives in 1 minute and 3 seconds, and he basically said he spoke about Shakur, and then Sean Zittel was like, well, even Keyshawn, he was like, well, yeah, well, Shakur and Keyshawn, and then he moved right along. I'm like, well, you work at Top Rank, Keyshawn is your guy. There's footage. Why you ain't dive in that lane?
Yeah.
Why you didn't explore that lane? Because you that would be the time to be the company man, right? To speak up and get Keyshawn a fight, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't do that.
Because he beat his ass in sparring. I guarantee you that clip we saw, it was a whole lot more Keyshawn lighting his ass up and him not really being able to do what he wants. Because Keyshawn can fight off the back foot. And we know that Teofimo don't know how to close the distance. So we pretty much know Keyshawn was lighting his ass up. He don't want that goddamn smoke. He gonna avoid that boy for the longest.
He beat you up in sparring and then knocks your pops out.
Beat you up in sparring, knocked your pops out. But you wanna holler at Bud when you know that like that little bro is with every fucking bit of the smoke. But you don't want none of that. You say, hey man, don't call me out. You bitch. What you mean don't call you out?
I bet you if Tio had a couple of brothers and sisters, he would call them out. He's scared. He's literally scared of Keyshawn because Keyshawn brothers are just like Keyshawn.
Shit, his mom and his sister just like Keyshawn.
Yep. So he's like, yo, they family crazy. They family will beat me up.
But bro, hold on, wait though. Don't think that Bud's sisters will fuck you up.
Oh hell yeah, I already know that, bro.
So like his mama, like bro, his mama ain't. I don't know if his mama told him she loved him yet.
Exactly.
This is stone cold bitch, bro. Like this ain't who you fucking. This ain't the dude you want to fuck with, bro. He already done told you. Listen, man. Fuck all this boxing shit. Let me holler at you over here. You don't respect that, and we don't respect you.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, my guy, it was crazy because you was willing to stand there and watch it happen again to your pops if Bud would have just took a swing at your pops right then and there.
Your pops drunk, you're gonna let him get whooped. That's what you do. That's what you've been doing.
Yep.
Hey, listen, what you call them had such, they got it in the ring, but they had such a disdain for each other, right? That Chop and Zab got it in the parking lot.
And this you might be onto something, Pop, as far as this Canelo thing, because he go over to the camp, he popped out of nowhere, and then you got Tim doubling down saying, listen, I don't have no problem with him. Like, listen, because Canelo, if Bud want to jump up 2 divisions to fight Canelo, and Tio want to jump up 2 divisions, it's like, you seen his last 2 performances? I was like, yeah, he could have a claim to fame. You could say he chasing greatness. So in the vein, yeah, of a hardcore, like, yeah, that sounds like some hardcore shit. But let's be real. The man he looked like shit up against many people argue, like myself. I think that if it wasn't for politics, Jermaine Ortiz would have had his belt. And then you give him Steve Claggett, and I'm like, you have nothing to say about him choosing Steve Claggett. Before all them laws, like he's saying, man, what they got, what these guys got to bring to the table? I'm like, well, what did Steve Claggett have to bring to the table? So it's mighty ironic that Tim Bradley is now an advocate of Teofimo Lopez jumping over somebody like a Brian Norman at 147 or anybody at 47. Because they got some killers at 47 that ain't even big names. They got some killers there to go get Bud. That's kind of ironic timing, if you ask me. So you might be on to something. Is he a pawn for Canelo in him?
He a punk, bro.
Did he get a little bug in his ear? Did a little birdie say, "Hey, man"?
He's a pawn. Tim Bradley's a pawn because we see T.O. basically is crying for help to get out of his top rank contract. He's been crying, but now he loud with it. Tim Bradley may be that voice to send out there that, hey, we want to bring, maybe we got some money for you. Maybe we got a budget for you that, you know, we may have alluded to. Because not that the zone is making the best fights and shit like that, but all the fights are being on their fucking platform. They actually look like top rank now. And now, you know, Bob, you know, all that money that you know you've been putting away, you know, they give you $100 million budget. We know you don't spend but like goddamn 40, 50 of it.
Bro, can I ask this question?
You've been putting that $100 million away for the last 15, 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
But
you got it.
But I got a question here because I can recall when Tio claim was he was retired or was retiring. It was because, you know, it was his marriage and he wanted to get out of the top ranked contract. That was way back then. That's what they were saying. He was going through a divorce and he wanted to get out of the top ranked contract.
They want to pay me $1 million? That's it? Yeah, but you want to give these other guys? Listen, the argument I got is with the difference between Shakur and Tio is Tio would get the big marketing, fight at the Hulu Theater, have his face on the goddamn 100, 200 foot billboard, right? The electronic billboard, the Bud Light shit going up, him knocking people out, all that shit would be up there. Pay $1 million. Shakur goes down to Georgia, has his name on a big on the big white piece of paper with everybody's name, no picture, his name, everything in front of, and they fought at the Atlanta Hawks stadium, and Shakur got paid 2.5, almost 3, when he fought with Jamel Herring. It's, do you want the marketing and exposure, or do you want the fucking money? And you see, neither one of them niggas is happy with what they had.
But the question was at the end of the day, bringing everything you just said into the circle as well. Tio said these were the things that he was looking to accomplish because he just wanted to get out of the top rate contract. Then we hear that thing might be happening, but you re-sign a whole new contract with Top Rank, and now you're claiming these days you want to get out of you want Canelo excuse me you want Canelo to buy you out of the contract you just re-signed to. Am I correct there, or
what better way to prove to him your loyalty? What better way to prove your loyalty to him, right, than to step in the way of somebody, another roadblock? I'll do this for you, Canelo. I'll come at Bud for you. I need whatever anyway, because my last fight was like, fuck boxing fans, boxing mind. I just fought Steve Claggett. He left me goddamn bruised and battered. Even though I won, both my eyes were swollen. I look like a different person when we were at the end of that fight. Keyshawn Davis fought the guy that Steve Claggett fought. They had a knockout, drag down war that Keyshawn was literally, you know, that guy put pressure on, but Keyshawn was handling him like he was supposed to. Rocked him a few times, set him back. Keyshawn looked like, oh yeah, nigga, oh, you want to give me the test, nigga? It's the test I wanted. I don't think you know I'm not 730, nigga. I'm 735. I'm 735. You tripping. I'm trying to get down to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, 6:45, but I'm at 735. You want to take it there? You want to get crazy? I don't got no problem with that, nigga. Nigga ain't never been in a street fight in Virginia? You must don't know. You must don't know what a street fight in the country is like, bro. Oh, you was whooping a nigga ass, all of a sudden he just reach over here. What is this stick that fell off the tree? Oh, upside your head. Like, I'm nigga, just being real with you, man. So I look at you, Keyshawn look like he ready for war. I look at you, Tio. You supposed to handle him. You supposed to knock him out, really, bro. If you talking how you talking. Come on, you about to run up there and jump the damn 54? Why? The fight Bud? The fight Bud for what? How the fuck you gonna fight Bud? Who? Again, you're at the bottom of the fucking bottom of the barrel. You're in the garbage can. You're in the garbage can again trying to fight Bud, bro. Bud got Fedora, Spence, Baccaram, Xander, Conwell, Ortiz, Boots, to go to 60. We seen him in the ring with Carlos Adames before, handling him, Laura. He calling out Canelo. I just named 8 niggas. The fuck is you at the bottom at 40 can barely hold on to your belt? The fuck is you? Just being real, like when you start like boxing mind, like bro, you don't shut the fuck up. You ain't heard no real boxing, real boxing mind. Only bullshit niggas on YouTube entertaining this shit. Not one, like not no real motherfucking niggas who know boxing. It's like what? What happened to Tim Zoo? Gonna happen to Tio? That what y'all want to see? The man ain't never been. Man never fought at 147. It's not a 5-pound jump, bro. Them extra 2 pounds is crazy. You see what the? If Ryan could have made 141, he would. 2 pounds is crazy, bro. Yep.
And at the end of the day, boy, he got problems at 140. And it's a lot.
It's plenty of food there. It's plenty of.
You got Gary Russell Jr., Paro, Puelo. You got man, just them 3 alone. You feel Ryu. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, and you ain't giving us none of those fights, but telling us about a dream fight that's the people don't want to. The person don't want to fight you in the ring. He just want to fuck you up.
Hey. You know what? Can we talk about the guy that, you know what I'm saying, that we got all the gems and jewels from first before everybody started clicking it up and shit? Yeah. Can we talk about how Bless said, nigga, I'll fight either one of you motherfuckers at 140 or 147.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nobody want to talk about that. Like, I mean, because you guys is reaching for dream fight. This is a reasonable fight. Other than the already, you know, names that you guys should be fighting.
And he's telling you, you could be A-side all day long. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want to fight.
Yeah, like, he even said, like, as far as the money, he said, man, if it's reasonable, I'm going to be reasonable. I believe him. Some people say some shit out in public and then, but I think Blair, he's honest and transparent enough to where I believe him. I think he would be reasonable. But everybody like, who? They rather pull somebody up off the couch or they start picking up names out the graveyard. I'm like, who? You getting ready to do what? Like Steve Clack was already out the blue. And his justification for that was, oh man, we need guys like this. Look, he's durable. I knew that he was durable. And he was like, man, shut your cock sucking ass up, man. Sounding dumb.
See, Tio, what you should do in your time off, right? You should read books where you can add to your vocabulary, not just look at them and act like you're reading the book. That Bruce Lee book, like you add to that book old as fuck. Add to your vocabulary. You feel what I'm saying? Read another book. Read another book so that you can say words and have insults that don't have to be racial.
Exactly.
You don't know how to decipher a person just off is what it is. You never been, you know what I'm saying? You never had to snap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You never played a dozen before. You not cut from that. See, all you niggas that's talking this shit, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's why I kind of fuck with Tank, because he just don't be out there just flabbergasting. He just be like, yeah, you know, guys, you know, yeah. And it like really, like, I don't really want to answer questions about other fighters, because then you're digging. But when you motherfuckers answer questions, you feel what I'm saying?
They tell you, they'll ask another fighter, listen, what's your favorite water company? Well, you know, when I'm drinking water and I'm in the fight, and let's just say I'm in the corner and it's just this bitch ass nigga across from me, and you know, y'all know his name, but I ain't really gonna say his name, but y'all know his name, but I ain't gonna say his name, but you do know who I'm talking about. But see, what I'm gonna do when I drink water, I think about it and then I spit it in the bucket. I'm like, what? Bro, he just asked you what was your favorite water. Why did you have to bring in all these other people's name and try to create a beef?
Listen, viral was a thing, but after the Cat Williams interview, motherfuckers is searching.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody,
listen.
Yeah, they thirsty.
Listen.
They real thirsty, bro.
Listen, you niggas is not getting 70+ million views on just, you think because this guy gonna say something. Well, questions do you have for this person?
Well, first of all, they don't have enough subscribers to reach that kind of view, because
neither does what you call really though, bro. But that's just something that was crazy. Like
who, Shannon?
Club Shay has a few million subscribers. He don't have subscribers like Joe Rogan or Mr. Beast, but he has the most viral clip, because what happened, like you have, let's say he got 3 million subs. He, like, that one interview, just the interview, I think is at 74 mil.
Yeah, but the point I'm making it is this. Tell me a person on YouTube that covers boxing that has 2.5 million viewers.
That are real?
That's my point. See, that's the point I'm making right now. Shannon Sharp viewers are real because half of the motherfuckers are coming from his football background. And then what he did on ESPN. Him constantly beefing with Skip Bayless and shit like that. And then SNL.
FS1, CBS.
Yeah, and then exactly. So he's coming to the table with a whole lot. That's Cam and Mace.
But bro, the flip on this shit though. Think about it. A few, that's like if it was this,
bro,
this
that
like Jordan, bro. That one interview is like Jordan. Like, that's a flip. Like, people are looking for that flip. You're not getting that flip
because you don't have the plug. You're not the plug. And that interview,
it's not
he was
even
the plug.
Like, okay, Cat Williams. I thought Cat Williams was gonna go up there and be funny as fuck. That shit probably do like 10 million views, maybe 15. 74 million views before the year's out is fucking retarded.
All day, he broke the internet.
He broke the internet with that shit. Like, motherfuckers is just going back to watch it.
He broke the internet so bad on that interview. Saturday Night Live had to do a part 1 and part 2 to the interview he did with Cat Williams.
So you can't, like, listen, nigga, you're not gonna get that shit. Like, listen, if you're gonna get it, it's gotta be organic. Shit, like Shannon, like Uncle Shay never asked the nigga, Nothing out the blue. I'm from the country, so he Uncle Shay. All that gay shit niggas talking about. Listen, the way that I don't walk the same way I used to, because all the basketball and shit I used to play. I'm just trying to tell you, I don't walk the same way. I don't jump the same way on the jump shot. None of that. So if that man had 2 goddamn hip replacements and he got metal in his damn leg, I understand it. If he walked different, I get it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how he used to walk. That's how he gotta walk now. You gotta warm that shit up before you go. You sit in the car riding around, you know what I'm saying? And you get out the car, you like listen, for all you niggas who not older, when you get out the car, listen, after this podcast, when I get up out this chair, I just don't hop up and just walk, nigga. This shit gotta warm up. I've been sitting there too long. Man, real with you now. If you're in a car right now, they say, but you're pretty much like this. It's not like you was laying down, relaxed, and you can just, get up at the perfect. No, you sit in the car, you get out. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit.
Hey, Pop, listen. You ain't getting out the car like that. You got to grab the front window seat and then the side thing and pull yourself out. And that's when you get old enough and you be like, I did not just do that. You go, and you like,
yo, did I just go here?
Did I go here? Oh my God, I'm getting old. What the fuck? For real.
So when it comes to like certain shit, bro, it's got to be organic. Like you guys asking fighters all this shit, bro. Certain niggas, like, bro, just you know nothing about the fighter. Be organic, bro. Ask him about his mom. Like, how's your mom? Do you know anything like your dad? You know what I'm saying? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you have children. Like, how's that like? You know what I'm saying? Do you look at it a different like? What are your ventures outside of boxing?
That's
like once you figure out niggas, I made some money because from interviewing you, I got to know. I want to know everything. What are your ventures outside of boxing? Because at any given moment, you know what I'm saying, your career could come to an end. Like you don't want to be, that's great that we got to find out that Joseph Brown, like if this boxing, if he just want to be like, I don't want to do this shit no more, he can go be an engineer.
Yeah. And that's why, for me, my point of questions in that interview, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a different approach. I'm not gonna really ask too many questions about boxing. I just want people to get to know who he is, who his dad is.
Yo, do y'all have I'm gonna hit Ohio in a little bit. Y'all have questions for I think it's Donnell Boone?
Yeah. Is that later today? That's today?
It's not. I don't know if it's gonna be today, but it's coming up in the next few days. Cause you know what I'm saying, homie work, but he's still ready to get busy. You know what I'm saying? If the bread right, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because shit is real. Like when you start talking to the guys that didn't make it, it get real for them, and they do it just because they love the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like somebody out who just think we should be doing it for another reason. Not that we do it because we love it. Somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely have some
because he dropped, you know what I'm saying? This guy, the first fight, like for some reason, the first time he fought Kovalev, it wasn't on camera. And a lot of people think that he beat Kovalev. And then when they fought again, Kovalev, I'm not gonna disrespect him. Kovalev he took full advantage of all of that lesson that he got from Boone, and he came out and stopped him. The next fight, and he ended up becoming the crusher. So there ain't no, but he did have Andre Ward on all fours, trying to figure it out before he got up. So I just want to make sure guys got those questions just to make sure.
Man, I have plenty of questions, man. This dude, I want to know, man, what kind of battery he got, man. This motherfucker got a goddamn, he got a Duracell, do you got an Energizer? This motherfucker, he older than me.
You got a Die Hard. Remember them old Die Hard, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker come Over come back from the goddamn off the plane. It's cold, motherfucker. His car been sitting out there. Everybody else shit need a jump. He just you know later. You know what I'm saying?
They got Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson twice. Fucking Willie Monroe Jr. Man. Yeah, I would have Lara on this motherfucker.
Man, he got some guys on his
Pascal. Dang, this man got a resume, bro.
He was the guy that like listen. That's why I like you. I want to speak to gatekeepers because you know they throw you in there like if you can beat him, you can go into this level that where niggas is like how he getting them fights. But if you can't beat him, then you just on the outside looking in. We're gonna try to figure out another way for you to get in there. But if you can't beat him, it's not going down. There's certain fighters like that. That's how I feel.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we coming up on 3, man. You going live later or you going live today? I probably won't go tonight. I ain't gonna go tonight, but if I do so, I'll probably come over there and kick it with you on your channel.
Yeah, I'm jumping on later.
About what time you think?
Probably about 7:30 after all the bullshit that have been played.
And put your link in the chat, man. Put your link in the chat. Hey, subscribe to Smoke, man. He doing his thing. He making his climb. You know, he got a different kind of environment. You know what I'm saying? We don't try to trap boxes and shit over there. We just it's a session, just like a studio session, man. Like you go in the studio. I know when I used to go in the studio, we ain't know. Like sometimes you don't know what you gonna do. We gotta hit a beat. We gotta go with the vibe. It's gonna be classic. And when we finally get it all neat and pristine and clean, it's gonna be a banger. You know what I'm saying? So subscribe to Smoke. We always have fun over there. It's a laid back environment, almost like the environment I had today. I normally don't do this, but I said, man, fuck it. Let's have some no gloves, no back screen, no nothing. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of some shit because I don't like how they be using this, man. Zittel did some DJ Vlad type shit today with Tim Bradley, and Tim Bradley was gullible enough to step in that pile of shit. So I said, like Doc Holliday, I be your Huckleberry. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to speak to it, man. We like T.O., we all right, but you gotta stop that bullshit. Some of us don't agree with it. You don't get no pass. It ain't okay. It ain't everybody ain't gonna take no high road. We not gonna justify you getting no fucking payday until you act like Tony Dungy and had to go back on the carpet when he said that about that linebacker. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Explain yourself, get it right, and then let your behavior and your actions say that, nah, that was just a one-time thing. I ain't on that shit for real. And let that be known to everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's my closing argument, man. Y'all give y'all closing pieces and we out this motherfucker.
My closing argument is simple for Tio. Right now, you extra messy. You like giving a 8-month-old a plate of spaghetti. just messy as hell right now, bro. You need some baby wipes. Clean your mouth up, clean your hands, and then we'll start fucking with you again. You know what I'm saying? But right now, bro, it's like, listen, I can't fuck with you right now, Tio, because you're too messy. I'm gonna call your moms over there to clean you up. You feel what I'm saying? So
hey, you be just leave it at that, bro. Hey, yeah, with a plate of spaghetti. Yikes.
For real. That's where I'm gonna land that plane, bro. I'll let Pop do his thing.
Good
bro.
Contribution, AC, man. I appreciate you coming by, bro.
Oh man, I'm landing on this, man. Time after time, chance after chance, I've been one of them guys giving T.O. Even against other Spanish niggas, they like, man, fuck that guy. So in the words of my guy LT, fuck Tio, man. Fuck Tio, man. Like, prove you are who you are. And if not, you know what I'm saying? You just be what you are. You just be what you are, nigga. Or bottom feeder. That's what you is. My bro, in the fucking garbage can. Catch up. And look, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Catch up. Oh, you lucky. I don't even drink Bud Light. Your pop stay drunk off of that. So catch up, man.
Word.
I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I appreciate it, bro.
No problem, man. Thanks for stopping through, man. I'll be over there later when you go on.
Appreciate it. Ain't shit, holler.
All right. Well, you all have it, man. I asked it, man. Support the channel, man. My channel is Silence is Consent, so we not going, you know what I'm saying? They say hit dogs holler, and so we hollering. Stepped on some toes, man. Y'all doing some stuff that we don't condone, man. You know, we just ask for respect, man. Don't be trying to take the high road, man. If you got a platform, man, silence is consent. If you ain't saying nothing, that mean you condone it. And like I say all the time, man, they say all that it takes for evil men to prevail is for men to remain silent. It is what it is. But I appreciate everybody who stopped in the building and said what's up to me, man. This is I think it's a meaningful conversation, a conversation that needs to be had. And since I'm not one of the big guys with all this stuff to lose, I don't politic it away. I don't try to explain it away. I just do my thing. Support the channel. So I appreciate everybody, man. Good conversations today. Hope everybody enjoy the rest of their evening. And as I'm inspired, I will communicate and allow the climate of boxing to motivate me to continue to give you the pulse of boxing. Thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga? Right? Oh, okay. You want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to